Ah yes, good evening. My name is Ultra David, and this is the Tuesday show.
What's happening? That was very official. I'm Sejan.
And I am James Chen, also known as jchensor. And I want to know, how is everybody going?
Yeah, you guys are weird. What was that?
You're not really known as jchensor anymore.
No, you're not.
No, nobody
James
knows me as
Chen, dude.
jchensor anymore.
But you're kind. I think it's kind of fortunate to just go by your name.
Well, here's the thing. My name is shorter in syllables than my nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely goes against it.
Dang, that's cheap.
I think that's why everyone
That's a big
just
part
calls
of
me.
it.
I mean, you're technically kind of shorter. I mean, Leon Lion kind of has that double syllable, but you can kind of.
How do you like his Chinese pronunciation of your last name there? That was cool.
Leon Lion.
No, that Leon is
is
more
French.
French.
Yeah.
I know, but it sounded like you were like you had the.
Yeah, he kind of
You
threw
had
it
to
in, right?
sing something,
I heard it,
yeah,
dude. I definitely heard it.
yeah.
I'll tell you this though. You know it's weird because in fighting games, like everybody calls me Steve.
Yes.
But outside of video games, everybody knows me as Steven.
I'm gonna call you Steven from now on.
So I like Steven is what I usually go by.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah.
I prefer David, not Dave, so I know how that goes.
Right.
Random. I was looking up the results from Evo earlier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I happened to come across Mario Kart DS, and it's on Wikipedia, where you got top 8.
Right.
Yes.
And you're listed as Chensor.
Just Chensor.
Just Chensor by
No,
itself.
no Jchensor.
That's awesome.
So it's not even on Wikipedia.
Damn.
So
Dang.
maybe I'm just lying. Maybe it was a different guy who just went by the name of Chensor.
Chensor, and
I'm
you
like,
just-
I
I'm
mean, there's
pretending.
plenty of James Chens in the world, so
on
it
Yeah.
on the
could have been
topic-
anybody.
On the topic of Dave versus David, I know Tasty Steve likes Steve. He's
Yeah,
not
I
like
know.
Steven
Yeah.
or anything else
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
Because
that-
I called him Steven once, and he was like,
Yeah.
But see, that actually makes it convenient then.
Yeah,
now
it
I can
does.
be Steven,
Steven,
and now
Steven.
I won't be so confused anymore. So I'm totally doing that now.
All right,
You
it's
are Steven from
official.
now on.
So we have a bunch of stuff to talk about because we didn't do the show last week because James and I were coming back from Puerto Rico, and I don't know what your deal was. but
we
there
were
was
coming back from
something.
PAX.
Yeah, that's right. There was a lot of traveling, and
It
that's
was
what
bad.
we're going to talk
Yeah,
about.
the week before
Right
that.
here.
The week before that, we had the Smash show that lasted for a very long time.
Yeah,
so
it
we
was
didn't
super
talk
long.
about anything that weekend either.
Oh, that's
so,
right.
Yeah, and Steve and I were at Red Bull
right.
in the proving grounds.
That's
so,
right, man. It's
yeah.
been a busy couple of weeks, but
It's
now
gonna
we're
be
here.
even more busy.
In fact, it's so busy that Steve is not even here.
He's at
We only
GameStop
have
Expo.
Steven.
That's right.
You know what? You know what sucks about that? That Steve is here and Steven is here. They didn't really know which day was going to be the long day, and it turns out Tuesday is the long day, and the other 2 days they get out at like 6. So,
Whatever.
so he can't be at the show today, but he
Oh,
should
well.
be good for Wednesday Night Fights tomorrow.
Okay.
Sweet. Anyway, let's talk about those travels. Later on, we'll talk about what is this? Results, events, games,
yeah.
community.
The normal
Ton
stuff.
of stuff to talk about, like I
Yeah.
said. But James and I, were in Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico.
which was
Cool.
awesome. And you went to PAX?
I went to PAX, yeah.
How
in
was
Seattle.
that?
It was super fun.
All right. You're the only one here who went to PAX, so why don't
Right.
you talk about that one first?
I'll start first. Man, you had me set up. I was ready to hear about Puerto Rico. But PAX was really awesome. Steve and I
We'll
worked
save it.
at the HyperX booth. So HyperX invited us out there. I literally got an email from Dustin at HyperX, and he said, "Hey, I enjoyed watching you sell out at Evo. I thought it was really sick, and I think you're good at it. How would you like to come work at our booth?" And I said, "Me and Steve will see you there." It's
There you
basically
go.
what happened. So Steve and I were pseudo booth babes / MCs,
Nice.
is how I would describe it.
Yeah.
So every day they did a raffle, and Steve and I would get on the mics and work the crowd for the raffle. And besides that, we walked around and talked shit on people. That was our jobs at the HyperX booth. Because this is how the HyperX booth is set up. There's consoles and there's PCs. You walk up, you put on a headset, and you play the video game, and you see what you think of the headset.
Right.
People would walk up and play the game without the headset.
Oh.
So at that point, like, why are you even there? You're just playing a video game.
Yeah.
At
You can probably
PAX.
play that game anywhere.
Right, and PAX has all these games that haven't come out yet.
Right.
And the games there are just like Counter-Strike and
Yeah.
League and Gears
Yeah.
of War and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Steve and I would walk up with our handheld mics and stand behind the people playing with no headset, and we would just like commentate them playing and talk trash. So like a guy would die in Counter-Strike, I'm like, you know, Steve, he would have heard that guy coming from behind him if he was wearing the HyperX
That's awesome,
headset.
man.
He could have heard him coming
That
from
sounds really
behind.
fun.
The sound cue. So we just talked shit, and the HyperX guys thought it was amazing. They're like, you guys are awesome. So we talked shit on people for 4 days,
I like
and
it.
it was super relaxed, and I got into a segue off with a
Ooh.
guy from another booth who had a mic.
Wow, what a butthole.
And-
Did you take it to him?
I destroyed him.
Nice.
He is probably still in like a hospital bay somewhere in Seattle.
Excellent.
It was so bad because we said something, and then he got on his mic and said something. Well, blah blah blah. Come check out Lawbreakers.
The well,
Yeah.
comma.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
like
even
it.
good.
I don't like
so
it.
you kicked his ass so hard that the next Segway wannabe is gonna feel it. Basically.
It was bad. Like, cause their game is called Lawbreakers.
Oh.
So they're like, yeah, law, blah, 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 it's so great, come check out Lawbreakers. And I was like, well, the only thing criminal here at PAX is the deal's over at HyperX. And it was like, I crushed them. And the best part is, it was the third day, right? The first 2 days they had a different person on the mic, but his voice gave out. So I got to say...
You dunked him.
I got to say, like, our products last, unlike the microphone guy over at the Lawbreakers booth, whose voice just got dunked. Hear my voice, nice and powerful, on the 4th day here at PAX, and it was like, boom. Smacked them up, smacked them up. It was
Not
bad.
making any friends at PAX, that's for sure.
Steve tried to jump on the mic, and I pushed his mic down, and I was like, this is mine. You let me handle this.
Not even friends with Steve.
I was like, let me handle this.
You are just breaking all the friendships, not accepting any new ones.
I know.
No, and then the guy, you could tell that he respected my Segway game, but he was like, I got.
Oh man, if I were that guy, I would not have been happy.
It was bad.
But it sounds like he opened himself up to it. You can't do the comma.
Yeah, that was a bad segue, first of all. Yeah, it wasn't even good.
Nah, that's not a good segue at all.
It's not a segue at all. It's like, and also there's products.
Yeah, and also, come on.
Yeah, it's like, what
in
are you doing?
addition,
Yeah, it's not even good. Besides that, at PAX, I got to play a bunch of new unreleased games that were cool. I got to play For Honor. That game is sick.
That's the Edma game.
Game, Edma's working on it. That game is sick.
Former top 8 at EVO, Ed Ma.
It's super...
Regularly lost to Ultra David in local tournaments, Ed Ma.
Yeah, same here. I used to beat him in CVS2 all the time.
Dang.
In Street Fighter 4, I used to beat him, and then he made top 8, and I didn't go to EVO. Ah!
And you know what?
I've always thought about that.
He made...
He
wasn't even top 8 at EVO. He was
like 4th
third.
place.
He was third place. Under Justin Wong and Daigo Uehara.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was third place under Justin Wong and Daigo Uehara.
I got to play this For Honor game. And it's real fun. It's like kind of a fighting game, sort of, but kind of not.
Yeah, I heard about it. I sounded like Edma's
really
building
cool.
a lot of
it's like a MOBA fighting game or some crazy mix.
It's like, okay, so the way it works is when you fight someone, you both get in a stance, and you have an up, a left, and a right. So if someone attacks from right, to block it, you also have to move to the right. Okay. You do so by moving the right stick, but there's mind games. So like when someone attacks you, if you block it, then now it's your turn to attack. Mm-hmm. But what you do is, I'll block to the right, and I'll be like, alright, move up. So I go up stance. And then what does the guy do? He goes the up stance. By this time, I have already moved back to the original stance and attacked him.
Okay.
So then when you start faking them out...
I see it sounds Nidhoggish. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So then they just start blocking and they're waiting to see what I change stance to.
Then they lose.
Then there's a grab, right?
There's
there's a throw, right? And so like I'm playing the samurai. And like so like when you grab people, you can like pick them up and throw them. So, like, I'm just chilling on this platform area, and I make them block, and I pick them up and throw them off the ladder, and they die.
Nice.
So
Ring outs
I'm dunking them. Like, even 2v1, I'm just, like, I'm, like, moving around, grab one guy, throw him off, and then fighting.
Players are the best,
Oh,
dude.
It's so sick. I'm dunking these dudes so bad in For Honor, and I was like, this game is so sick.
Fighting game players are so good. Dude,
it's free.
In World of Warcraft... Even, like, fighting game players are ridiculous. Like, they understand the spacing and everything, and everybody else is just, like, running around, and,
they don't have any footsies or
They have no footsies.
So, I still remember one of the first years that EVO did one of those indie game things, right? There was that one game where it was the sniper rifle, you had to kill the spy.
Okay.
Yeah, so you had to act like an NPC as much as possible, so they couldn't tell you're a human. And Seth Killian
so good at those games.
Seth Killian told the maker of that game, he's like, I guarantee you that a fighting game player is going to become the leader on this of this game, on the leaderboards. And he was like, no way. And then, sure enough, like, after enough time, after they played it there and left EVO and kept playing it, like, they became the number one.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it always goes.
Fighting game players break games better than anybody else.
That's why I like Chivalry.
When games,
Spy Party.
When games come out, within 2 months, there have been times where a player came up with brand new tech in a genre that he wasn't even familiar with, and then 3 or 4 months later, all of a sudden the pros are doing it, and it's all over Reddit.
Yeah. Oh, man, I knew that was coming. But Chivalry is basically like first-person For Honor, where it's like turn-based and you do that kind of stuff. I love that game. And at PAX, the people who made it have a new game there that's super fun. It's like the combat's very similar, but like it has spells and abilities, and it's like super sick. And I was having a blast with it. So PAX was awesome. There's tons of indie games that were really cool. There's tons of stuff to do there that was really awesome. Yeah, and the HyperX guys took awesome care of us. They're great as usual. We got to watch you guys commentate at Puerto Rico. Because like our day ends at like 6 p.m.
Right.
So then we just go back to the hotel room and we watch top 8.
Oh, nice.
And then John won, and he took off his HyperX revolver headset and he set it down and popped off. And I was like, there it is. HyperX is sick.
That tied the whole weekend together.
It sure did. Tell me about Puerto Rico.
Well, let's talk about Puerto Rico.
And also wall breakers.
In addition,
to
so Jimmy and I went
we
went to Puerto Rico. I had never been there before, but had always wanted to go. I lived for many years. One of my best friends is from Puerto Rico, and we lived together. And so I've always heard about this place, and what the best thing about it, the tournament was great. But I love the fact that we stayed an extra day.
Yeah.
And
you have to do that.
On Monday.
We finally we've never get to do
that never happens.
So,
yeah. You really should do that.
We went to Paris, man. Like, we were just in Paris for like the minimum amount of time.
Right.
The worst when traveling is getting off the plane, going to the event, getting back on the plane. Like, you have to do nothing else.
Definitely
that
have done
happens
that.
like
90%
of the events.
Most of the time,
Most of the time. So we went out, went to a beach. We had a bunch of really good food. I went to go see like some old Spanish fort from the 1500s.
It sounds awesome. I saw pictures of that, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I couldn't wake up in time. I was like, I need to sleep.
Yeah, everybody wanted to sleep. Nobody wanted to go.
Everybody
I did have to go early in the morning before our plane left.
Yeah. But it's something you got to do, right?
I was.
How
really
often are you in
go.
Puerto Rico to do that, right?
Yeah, only once in 33 years.
That's
so
why
far.
I told David. I was like, take lots of pictures.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
heard the food was awesome.
The food was really, really good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I lived with this Puerto Rican, so I've had that food before, but it was really good to like have it there, like
local.
Yeah, like the local,
right.
like I mean, I guess I've had the local food. Like her parents even came and they made food and
right.
It was all really good. But it was really cool to just like hang out with some people there, eat the food, try everything. People were super nice, very cool. People who I've talked with online many times, or who we've seen at other events all over the place. Really nice.
I took
awesome.
A bunch of photos and
Beautiful.
like 90% of them were of food. Like seriously.
Yeah, dude, every time at the end of the day I'd get on Twitter and it'd be like, here's our dinner tonight, and it's like 8 people at a table, and I'm just like, oh, and it's like Goichi and Chris T and you
the
guys.
thing about it is like it's all meat too. Like everything is meat, and I'm a big meat person. And the cool thing about it is like all their food is very plantain based, and I love plantains. Okay. So instead of like corn or like like for example, we ate these sandwiches called arepas, right? And instead of being made out of bread, the sandwich was
the bread,
the flour, the like bread flour.
The bread wasn't bread.
Yeah.
It wasn't wheat. It wasn't corn. It was plantains.
Yeah.
And then there was plantains in it.
Oh, geez.
With the meat, and then there was this crazy white like garlic sauce that was like super good.
Yeah. That sounds good,
dude. Everything was
it was really good. I don't know how everybody there isn't gigantic. Cause that food is not the healthiest, dude. Everything was fried.
We went to on Monday, they took us out of the city and took us just to this area where there's just like these little huts and shacks where they just sold food,
sick,
right? So seriously, like they sold me, I think it was called bacalao, which is like a giant, it was like a large pancake-sized flat fried fish.
That sounds awesome.
It was like this big, right? I ate half of it. I couldn't finish it. It was $1.
Yeah.
It was $1. So like how do you not get like just I gained 10 pounds when I was in Puerto Rico.
I feel like I gained weight.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Well,
it was really good, man.
I couldn't tell when you guys were sitting behind this desk, right? You guys,
how'd you like that desk?
That was
big
the
old
craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. You guys I turn on the stream, and my computer's, yay big or whatever, right? I turn on the stream, and like David and James are like all the way back. I can barely see them. They're like stars in the distance. You're like Orion's belt in the night sky.
Pretty accurate.
And there's like this huge desk. How big was that desk in person? Was it that gigantic, or was it just like that angle?
It was like as big as this desk, probably.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, it was tall.
It was just a camera shot?
It was really tall. Like, we had to climb up into it, so it was tall, but it wasn't, like, particularly wide or...
Yeah.
Okay, because that desk made you guys look so absurd.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't that big. It really wasn't that big.
Yeah.
In fact, at one point in time, I was hiding under it, like, trying to get some sleep before the tournament started. And, it's just, like, there was obviously enough room for me to, like, lie down a little curled up.
All right.
But it wasn't like the most gigantic thing.
I couldn't believe how you guys looked behind that desk. It was crazy.
Yo, I commentated Marvel 3.
You did? How'd that go?
I thought it went really well.
Yeah?
Obviously, I don't remember everything. Like, I'm sure I don't think I even commented on whether things are safe or not, because, like, I definitely don't recall in some situations. But I thought it went well, actually. Like,
that's good. I heard your MK commentary, too.
Oh, yeah, I did MK as well. I think that was it in Street Fighter.
Yeah, I got to do some Guilty Gear. I did Marvel for like a couple matches, but then Raid really wanted to do commentary, and I was like, you know what, go ahead.
You did well. Yeah, it was cool, man.
But I mean, the island was really beautiful though, because I mean, like it was like, I mean, it's like Hawaii weather. It's like very comparable. Like it was beautiful, and then we all went to the beach, so that place where we bought the food with the shacks and the huts and everything, like right across the street, beach.
Okay, sick.
And they had a natural inlet over there, and we were standing there, and then a hurricane hit us.
Oh, jeez.
And it started.
I don't think it was a hurricane.
It wasn't a hurricane, but
it was like one of those things. It was like how
it was
goes
a California
in the tropics,
person's
Dude,
hurricane.
no,
it
look,
was like
I mean,
it was legit, dude.
when
Even the
you're-
Puerto Ricans were like, all right, let's get out of here.
when we were trying to get off the beach, the wind was blowing so hard, like your legs were getting sandblasted.
Oh, jeez.
Like it was stinging.
Yeah, it
It
went
was
from
legit.
like
You guys got
nothing
some
to-
real weather.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like one of those things that happens in the tropics where it's great, and then it is pouring outside, and then 5 minutes later it's fantastic
Right.
again.
But the beautiful part
It's
about
like
it
CEO, where every day
Yeah,
at
it's
5
like,
p.m.
oh,
it rains
Yeah.
for an hour
But
for
see,
no
the
reason.
thing about it was like when it rained there, it's like that Hawaii rain where you can just stand outside, you get rained on, afterwards you don't feel dirty, you don't feel sticky, it's not cold, it's not annoying, it's like a nice rain, you know, it's comfortable to be in.
And we were drinking, I don't know if you were, but I was drinking a
Pina colada.
pina
right?
colada at the
Yeah.
time.
Man, at the islands,
I
on
was
the beach,
drinking
that
one,
sounds...
it didn't have any alcohol in it, but you know, I was like,
And
That's
I
fine.
had a coconut where they just lopped off the top of the coconut and you stick a straw in there and
man.
you just drink the coconut milk. And then after it's done, you go back and they cut it up a little bit and you scoop out all the innards.
Yep.
and they make a spoon out of the coconut side.
They
like
do.
They chop the coconut side and it makes a spoon that you can use.
That's sick.
Yeah, while we were eating bacalao and
The
Whatever
$1
else,
giant frisbee. That sounds sick.
yeah. Anyway, great trips. Everything was fantastic.
So,
I don't really have any downsides.
PR Shadow, which I'm assuming he's very well
Okay.
knowing about Puerto Rico, says that arepas, the bread actually is bread. So
Oh,
it
for real?
says
It's
they
just-
are made
it's-
out of flour.
Well, I know it's bread, but is it flour? It's
Yeah, it didn't taste like
is
flour.
it-
It's
is
a hollow
wheat?
inside.
Is it
It's-
wheat flour?
yeah, I don't know.
I assumed it was plantain
It
because it,
was
tasted
so
different.
Yeah, exactly. It was different than what I
Like,
was
clearly
used
it's made
to,
out of flour,
and it was
but, like,
also
what
a
kind of
little
flour?
yellowish too. But
Yeah.
you know,
All
okay.
right.
Well, there you
I know
go.
all these things about baking and flour now. There's
Yeah,
all
'cause-
different types of flour.
It happens, yeah.
I didn't know that beforehand, but now I do.
But honestly, you know, shout outs to Mono for getting us out there, and then everybody for showing us around and like taking us to all these places.
That sounded like an awesome trip.
It was really cool
The
to
tournament
talk
was great,
with Will over there, who's going to be a lawyer.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, it's nice to, like, chat about stuff. I rarely get to chat about that kind of thing with folks at fighting game events.
All right.
That was really nice, and there are a bunch of differences between the Puerto Rican system and the Californian system.
You had the same thing when you went to Kuwait, right? Like you talked
Yeah.
to somebody about being a lawyer
dude,
there
like
too.
if I ever get the chance. Yeah, I met with a lawyer.
Right.
The guy who organized the trip, his family is all lawyers, and he just, like, brought us to their law office.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I always ask about the uncomfortable stuff. Politics, religion, all that sort of stuff. It was awesome.
Just like statehood
Sounds cool.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
So you guys had an awesome time in PR.
I did.
I had an awesome time in PAX. Steve and I had an awesome time in PAX.
Great.
2 cool trips.
Well, in addition, do you want to talk about the results of those things, or
Well,
should
we
we
could
just
talk-
take a break and do that?
I mean,
let's
we
take
just-
a break and let's go in most recent to late order
Okay.
on tournaments because honestly, I really just want to talk about Manila Cup because I just that,
Yeah, I
makes
could tell.
sense. Yeah,
All
I
right.
just want to talk about.
Well,
Manila Cup,
we'll be
so-
right back.
All right.
Boy, we had some zingers during that break. If you didn't subscribe, if you're not subscribing, I'm sorry, but you can't hear it. But man, that was if I say so myself.
Yeah, it was. I
Quite
can't believe what you
hilarious.
said. Yeah.
Quite hilarious.
It's a good thing those days are behind you. I can't believe the kinds of stuff you did.
Well, you know, it was a particular place and time. Well, let's talk about tournament results.
Yeah, let's do that.
So a lot of good stuff that happened this weekend. We're actually gonna go the order of most recent to later.
Okay.
So
For no
Because James
particular
wants
reason.
to talk about Manila Cup.
because I just want to
That's the
talk about
reason.
Manila Cup, and also because I think we talked about some of them. So I have them at the bottom, and then we can skip them if we have already talked about them.
Okay.
So
All right.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just following your lead.
Yeah, we're gonna talk briefly about the brackets for TGS later.
yes. But let's talk a little bit about Manila Cup here.
Manila
So,
Cup.
Manila Cup, pretty exciting.
Said this
event
top
here.
8.
Ranking event out in the Philippines, and I do not have the window capture on.
Got him.
Let's
Good work.
fix this.
Hey, Steve, you know what'd be funny is if you moved like just a little bit to your left. Just move. Yeah, just keep on. Just like move. Oh man, you
I'm
end up
in both.
I wanted you to
Whoa.
be like half and half, but it's not.
If I
gonna
could
work
just
out
be
like
in
that.
one. Now I'm in James's side. Now I'm back here on
I
this
don't like
side.
it.
I can, depending on who I'm agreeing with.
Oh man, all right.
I can-
We're battling for Steven.
Yeah, this is tough. Right now, I don't know what James is doing, so I'm over here.
I'm just listening to
made the
you
right
guys.
choice.
I'm just listening to you guys talk at this point in time.
This whole backwards order, failed screen capture. He's showing them the Morse code that he's writing
Oh
over
my
there.
god, look at this.
They're gonna figure out our secrets. Okay. All right.
I should
let's
have
talk
filed
about-
the patent rather than trusting it to trade secrets. Ah, legal jokes.
All right, go on, James.
I'm European, so I kind of get it. All right, let's go.
Well, James, why don't you?
So Street Fighter
In
V
addition.
took place. This is
You're really on that, huh?
at Manila Cup.
Yeah, he goofed it.
Yeah, there was a Street Fighter V tournament, pretty stacked tournament. A lot of strong players there. Definitely, a good, not as strong as like something like Southeast Asia Majors usually is.
Which is just an absurd man.
Yeah, but some good players there. But the key thing about it was a lot of U.S. players actually managed to make it there, presumably on their way to Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
Let's go through the results here really quick. So,
Okay.
7th place was Oil King from Taiwan, and 7th place was also PBE Dawn with Ryu. Oil King playing Rashid, of course. 5th place was
Yeah.
Cola 321 with Vega, a local player who did really
He is
well.
me, Haitani.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. HM Eita with Ken also in 5th place. 4th place, EG Ricky Ortiz with Chun-Li. 3rd place, GGP Kazunoko with Cammy. 2nd place, Zowie Gamer B with Nakali. And 1st place, Mr. EG Justin Wong
I know you want to pop off,
with
James. You can do
Karen.
it.
I mean, look,
You
this
can do
is
it.
the
Yeah, just hit
first
it.
time.
This is all you.
Just hit it. Just
This is
hit
the
it.
You got
first
your
time.
own square down there.
James goes nuts.
This is the first time that a U.S. player has gone to an Asian event and won the event in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty big. I think that's a pretty big thing, especially with guys like Kazunoko in there, with Eita in the tournament. Bon-chan was in there. Dark Jawa was in there. K-Brand was there. You said Haitani was
Haitani
there?
was there.
Haitani.
He got dunked.
He got
arena.
dunked.
Haitani didn't even make top 16 then.
No, he
did
sure
not.
didn't.
Yeah, it did not do very well.
He got
By the
like
way,
17.
Cola from Taiwan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Taiwan he was from Taiwan. Okay.
Yeah.
Taiwan did really well. In this tournament. But also, someone in the chat just pointed out, look at the character diversity in top 8. There's not a repeat character up there. 8 different
There sure is a Ken in there, though.
Oh, as well as always. You can set your clock to that one.
Yeah.
So the only character that didn't show up that's part of that top 8 were Mika
Mika.
and Nash, it looks like.
Ah,
and
yes.
instead we have Rashid and Vega.
Bon-chan Nash was 9th place. He was just outside of it.
And then there's a Vega down there.
Yeah, I think Rashid and Vega are part of that tier that's like just outside of that
Yeah,
eight,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So
Rashid's so sick.
he's very good. Very good.
Yeah, it was a super fun event to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the tournament was really awesome.
I mean, look, Justin came back
There was that
down.
really sick Guile player.
Oh,
He
yeah.
beat Eita in winners.
Yeah, he beat Eita. Yeah.
And
And then
lost
almost
it.
beat him in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
runback.
Yeah, he came down in the last game last round.
But Justin was down 0-2 versus Kazunoko in
Yeah.
winners finals and won 3 games in a row.
Dude, Justin versus Kazunoko was sick.
That was a good
that,
match.
the-
That was a
it was
good
such
match.
a slow match on the ground for
Yeah.
most because these characters just die when they get hit.
Yeah,
They're so low
yeah.
vitality, and they both do so much damage. But the sickest thing to me, what? I said vitality.
Yeah.
Okay. The sickest thing to me, I don't know, whatever. The sickest thing was Justin's defense in the corner against Karen or against Candy because he would corner himself almost immediately because he's just jumping out of all the pressure.
Right,
He doesn't
right.
want to be there. And then he'd be in the corner with his back to the wall, and he would fight like a madman and win rounds. And I was like, "You are
Yeah,
absurd."
his
Yeah.
defense is so
Because
good.
I mean that
And-
doesn't work in Street Fighter 5. Like in Street Fighter 4, you had like Dominion, those guys who lived
Yeah.
in the corner. They were fine, and that's not the right strategy in Street Fighter.
Sure
5.
was for Justin.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it worked out for him exactly.
His defense was so good, and Kazunoko, I was so scared. Right in my head, I'm like, man, Justin keeps jumping back in the corner, and Kazunoko has not answered at once. And in my head, I'm like, it's gonna be last game, last round. Justin's gonna jump back, and Kazunoko's gonna like boom, snipe him dead. And I was like, please don't let this happen, Justin. In my head, that's all I was thinking. I was like, oh, Justin's gonna get dunked. I'm gonna be so sad. And then like he jumps back in the corner, and Kazunoko did nothing. I was like, yes. And not only that, but like if you're just mid screen and you jump back against Cammy and she has super, like you're dead. You just
Right.
super it on reaction every time.
I mean,
But he never did it.
I say this all the time. So neutral jump is a really powerful weapon in this game. No one should ever get away with a neutral jump against Cammy.
It's
Because
very
you're gonna
hard.
roundhouse uppercut them every single time because she slides so far forward.
Yeah.
But it's just you're not used to uppercutting at that range, and so it's weird. It
Dude,
doesn't-
if you jump back in the corner against Kazunoko in Street Fighter 4, that was up kicks all
Oh, yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
So the fact that he wasn't doing it, I was like, we'll take it.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll take it. Because I feel like that is one of those things, the next time he plays Justin's going to up back in the corner, and that uppercut is...
Yeah, I mean, like, here's
boom.
the sad thing, right? Like, I mean, like, obviously I'm a big Gamer B fan. I love Gamer B to death. But when Gamer B beat Kazunoko, I was like, okay, it's going to be easier for
Yeah,
Justin.
I definitely was thinking that.
Yeah,
I felt the exact same way. I was like, if Gamer B beats Kazunoko, then Justin wins the tournament.
Yeah,
is how I felt. Because I was like,
that way too.
Justin will put Gamer B to sleep and put the whole world to sleep with his footsies, and then he'll win. That's
I mean,
like,
he beat Gamer B. The last thing he did was just walk back and forth until Gamer B jumped, and then he just, that's it.
Yeah.
So, he knew that Gamer B was going to lose the patience for that, you know, because that's what Justin does.
That's
so.
Justin.
I mean, he had a tiny little bit of life to kill, a pixel, and he's like, you know what? I'm just not even going to do anything. I'm just going to walk back and forth.
Dude,
I
there was
remember
a
in that
round.
sequence at the end where Gamer B jumped forward, and like typically when the opponent jumps forward, a lot of people will like check it with like stand medium kick or whatever, some button. But Justin like didn't even take that risk.
Yeah, he was like, get out of here.
Safety first.
Yeah,
because you know Gamer B might just let an uppercut rip. Like
You never know.
you never know,
Yeah.
right? But the sickest
Safety
thing,
first.
the sickest thing too was like there was a round where Justin had to make a comeback against Kazunoko, and there's like 40 seconds on the clock, and in the most Justin fashion, he just walked around for like 25, 30 seconds of it,
and Kazunoko kills himself.
and didn't do anything. He just like literally walked around. I'm like, man, if there's 40 seconds on the clock, every other player's like, I gotta get in there somehow, and they just rush in, and Justin's like strolling
In every game, man.
Just
It's always
strolling.
like that.
I'm like, how does he do this?
But I mean, again, I just think it's such a big win because I mean, honestly, it's the first time because we keep saying that U.S. players need to travel more, and the response from a lot of people are like, "Why? Like they're just not going to win. They're going to lose," you know. But we have Justin getting first place, Ricky Ortiz getting fourth place. You know, they're doing really well.
Yeah, K-Brad was ninth. Yeah.
So I think it's huge, and I think Justin deserved. I mean, rightly so, got that pop off because you know even he was saying the next day he was like he woke up and he was just like so happy and so proud, you know, that he won.
And he had the Twitter pop off immediately following. It was like the real life pop off, beat checker cancel, and then Twitter pop off afterwards.
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, that's good.
So I was really happy for him. I mean, it's gonna be curious to see how well he can take that into Tokyo Game Show.
If he wins that event, that's an absurd event.
If he wins that, then
be tough.
yeah,
He's the greatest.
That will be the storyline for the rest of the year.
Probably.
Dude, that event looks like just the worst. Like I'm looking at the bracket, I'm like, you are all done.
We'll talk about it a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be gnarly.
I can't wait to watch.
Anything else happen there?
They had some Marvel, which Justin also won.
Yes.
He got
he
first
did.
place, and K-Brad got second. So shout outs to them. K-Brad, of course, he is a Marvel player. You know, he just
it's his
dabbles
main
in Street
game.
Fighter
He
5.
really does well in it, so.
Yeah.
Kazunoko won Guilty Gear, which he did button, sweep, fireball, and that was Raven.
Vortex.
Yeah, it was great.
MKXL was IPT Migo-san with Mystic Ermac and Ninjutsu Scorpion.
Okay.
And a Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma. Extend was won by IPT Alden with new 12. But here's the interesting thing. What is this IPT group?
I don't know. There's a couple of groups that were there.
Yeah,
PBE.
PBE, and there's one other one. They were talking about it on the commentary.
IPT, yeah. So those two are there a lot. So
Somebody says TGS is 30 hours away. Man, it's so soon. I can't wait for this event.
Weird, man.
It's gonna be
the
so.
passage of time.
It's gonna be so sick. This event is gonna be sick.
All right, well, that was Manila Cup. It sounded good.
Also,
by the way, it looked nice. I like how they had the wedding style chairs with like the wrapped chair back.
Yeah.
Oh,
See
did
that?
they?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice
I like
that.
the beanbags in the center aisle and everything. That
actually looked nice.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Okay.
So also took place this weekend was in Portugal. Lockdown 2016, Portugal's largest fighting game event, was an event that Daigo decided to go and stop by and visit. And a lot of obviously strong European players there. And if you look top 8, UP Twin Blade with Nash got 7th along with Alvin's Nakali. 5th place was UP Digos with M. Bison and Alex Sieg with Nash. 4th place was Mr. Crimson, MD Mr. Crimson with Awesome and Laura. 3rd place, AWS CCL, Chun Li. Ryan Hart, 2nd place with Ken and Guile.
Yeah, I want to see some more of his guile.
Guileless.
Yeah. The guy was good.
I got to see a little bit of it.
But 1st place, BST, Daigo Umehara.
And they didn't stream the finals, so no one got to see.
The venue got messed up, right?
Yeah, there was some kind of issue or something, which I'm really sad about because I guess it was like 3-2 Daigo. He beat Ryan. I wanted to see it. I was really hoping that we would get a chance. Nobody busted out a phone?
Was Ryan Ken against Daigo, or do we not even know?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Interesting.
I wonder if that was Guile.
She does pretty well in that matchup. Though.
Yeah, that'd be sick. But that's the thing, right? Is that I was hoping we would get to see that. But yeah, I don't know what happened.
Versus Daigo. And Ryan Hart's had a history of doing well versus Daigo. Too.
Yeah.
So
he's on international players. Yeah.
And I guess that was the only event that was there at
Or
Lockdown.
that we have the results for.
Yeah, that we have the results for. So Daigo Umahara and Justin took ranking
Shoutouts
events.
to Digos for M. Bison 5th place.
I know. I mean, it's funny because like Europe is the place where the characters that everybody in the U.S. says is terrible seems to do well. Like they kind of pioneered Laura, right? And now Bison, like just the U.S. players don't do as well with that character as the Europe players.
Yeah, there's a lack of belief in them, so they just don't play him as much.
Right.
Well, I mean, even Phenom mostly plays Nikali.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true now.
Not much Bison.
Yeah,
And now Alex,
is he playing Alex now?
he's playing other characters.
That makes Alex is really good. So
Yeah.
There was a lot of Capcom Pro Tour online tournaments. So
Yeah.
number 2 North America tournament here this
This is
weekend.
sick.
Was Angry GG with Laura and Christotarian with Ken in 7th place. 5th place was XSK Samurai, who already qualified at the last one, so I think he's just trying to get more points.
He just wants some points, man.
Yeah, Flash Metroid also in 5th place. 4th place was Sabaody Armika from New York,
That
right?
guy was really good. I was
Yeah, he
impressed,
was.
man.
And I saw some of the East Coast guys who were like, yeah, we've been talking about this guy. We knew he's super good. So
He was definitely good, yeah.
yeah, 3rd place was Liquid Knuckle Dew with Guile, Nash, and Armika.
I liked his Guile. I was a big fan.
I didn't see his Guile.
It was sick to see him play Guile. It
He's
felt
good.
so right.
Yeah,
He said that the Guile that beat the Guile
Eita.
that beat Eita was the one that inspired him.
Yeah,
to,
he was
to
like,
pick
I
that
saw
guy.
that and I was like, all right, I'll play some
something with
Guile.
an S. I forget the name.
It was the guy who beat Eita.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I'm sure I remember the
was.
name.
I can't remember the name. 2nd place was Anbu Punk with Cammy, Karen, and Ken.
Yeah.
Also really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also another one of those players that I heard was like, oh yeah, see, he's been really good, like breakout kind of event kind of thing for him. So, but 1st place was a PGF champ with Dalsum.
Dalsum wins a tournament.
So
Pretty big
F-Champ
tournament.
takes it. Yeah, he's now qualified to go to the proving grounds in Santa Monica. Not that this whole thing is still super confusing. So
Wait, I thought he gets to go to
Battlegrounds.
in Seattle.
oh, because this is the CPT
Yes.
online qual. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you made the point that it is confusing.
It is confusing.
Point taken.
Yes.
If you're confused, then
yeah,
it's
then
confusing.
We're all confused.
Yeah, we're
for
all
sure.
confused.
For sure.
Exactly. So there you go.
I think he's qualified for Capcom Cup at this point, right? Based on points.
well-
Because I think he's in like the point where like he's gonna qualify through like the top 2 NA points.
Oh, that's right.
I think this win qualified him for
Actually,
Capcom
he
Cup.
was already going to the North America one.
Right.
So actually, Ambu Punk qualified to go to the
Battlegrounds?
To the Battlegrounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he is like gonna qualify based on points.
Yeah. I was actually surprised to see Takasugi down here in
13th.
13th place.
Yeah, he's
this time,
really
so
good.
Yeah.
He's been doing super well at these online events.
By the way, the Guile who beat Eita, Strider Ben.
Strider Ben, yeah.
Thank
okay.
you
okay.
to Action Jackson.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And then there was another online event, another CPT online
Yeah, see,
event.
Ace King Offsuit knows how the CPT thing works. He's
Okay.
a professional,
What
and he
is it? What
says
did he say?
unless disaster happens elsewhere, he's in.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet. Oh,
Okay.
Latin America had their second online qualifier as well for
Yep.
CPT.
yeah.
So 7th place was MRG Darkside with Karen and Gam SP Mena RD with Birdie. 5th place was Kusanagi this
Who won
time.
the last
5th
one.
place, yeah, with Karen and Nash and Gam Kaba Ryu, who we saw in Puerto Rico, who
Very
did
good player.
super well. Yeah. 4th place was Strike El Tigre, who did really well at the previous one. He was in grand finals. He lost.
Kusanagi.
To Kusanagi, yeah, so he got 4th place. Eric KOF won with Armika and Jury in 3rd. 2nd place was Gam DR Ray with Vega, but 1st place SOA Broly and Ho with Nakali.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good
somebody
tournament.
last time we did this, somebody said that Berlino was somebody
Berlino, okay.
who I recognized by another name, and now I don't remember what that name is. So
Oh.
please,
One of those?
Okay.
yeah, like remind me who that is.
Somebody will
Yeah,
let us know.
someone in the chat. But that means Brolino is now qualified for the Latin America.
That's awesome.
Regional
Definitely a
finals.
good player. Cool.
Okay. Let me go back to here. And so that was this past weekend.
Ibuki Man.
Ibuki Man.
Okay, so that was
Oh.
this past weekend.
That makes sense.
Let's see.
All right.
Thank you.
Got this. Oh, actually, there was a couple of other things from this weekend, too. So this weekend was Umabura in Japan.
That's the Smash event, right?
This is a Smash event.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
And Void traveled there, and he got 4th place. Apparently, he has like a 4th place curse or something like that. So he's, I guess, they're Mike Ross now. Abadango got 2nd, but 1st place was Kamamushi with Mega Man again. So he was the guy who got second place at Evo. I saw the grand finals match. His Mega Man is
so good.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun to watch.
For sure.
So yeah, shout outs to Kamamushi. Again, a character that not a lot of people were giving much credit to for a long time, but I guess Metal Blade shenanigans are
yeah, seems good.
Key.
Character's cool.
There was another Smash event this weekend. This was this is the wrong one.
No.
See.
Yeah, that is sad times.
It is.
Yeah,
Sad.
that is sad times. Where did it go?
Oh no, it's something else.
Yeah, here it is. There it is. It went all the way to the end for some strange reason.
R.
So Mr. R wins Smash Brothers for Wii U at Syndicate 2016. I guess this took place in Europe, European Smash 4. So if we look at the results here, Mr. R took it 1st place with Sheik. 2nd place was Witch Brown with Mewtwo, and And 3rd place was I Studying with Greninja.
We're professionals over here.
Professionals.
In addition to being professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that one. Okay, so that was all this past weekend, and then let's go with the previous weekend. God, there's so many events, dude.
Jeez, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about First Attack in Puerto Rico, which is where we went. It was really good, man. Always cool to see players who I don't know very well, and there were some, for sure, in this one. Just outside of the top 8, Hochi Focus I thought was a really, really good Ryu. That was really cool to see. And then
Coconetta was super good as well.
Coconetta very good. All right, well, you can do
So
the
top 8 was Flash, NVT Flash with Vega, as well as Alex Vi, Cali Power with Rashid in 7th. But there was a lot of Rashids at this tournament.
There were 4 Rashids in top 16.
Yeah,
oh, jeez.
It's pretty crazy. 5th place was Ricky Ortiz and Kaba, as we mentioned earlier, his Ryu. Basically, when we got there, everyone was like, dude, this Kaba guy is really good. He was beating a bunch of people in money matches. Yeah. And then we got to see him in tournament. Yeah, he was really, really solid. 4th place.
I think he beat Knuckle Dew.
DRA, who put Ricky Ortiz into losers, ended up getting 4th place. He actually had to fight against his country-mate Kaba and had to eliminate him. 3rd place was Chris Tatarian, who actually won winners finals to get to grand final. I'm sorry, he got to winners finals by beating Goichi. And then lost 2 in a row, unfortunately.
Yeah. Goichi turned it on, man.
Yeah, Goichi.
That fool got put in losers and was like,
he went
9-0. Yeah, it was crazy.
After he lost to Chris Tatarian, he kind of got mad. It seemed like.
Yeah.
He was
like,
what happened?
He's like, let me just play the video game real quick. And
No,
he beat everybody up.
I think he went 12-0 in games and thereby resetting it in grand finals.
No, the last one I think that set was 3-1. It might have been 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know, but he beat everybody.
12-1. It was something like that.
Yeah, 3-1 reset.
You're right.
3-1
But
reset.
then after that,
Mr. John Takeuchi, sent there by R Kappa. They saw him at the Topanga Charity Cup, and they were like, we like this guy. Sent him there, 18 years young. Never traveled out of the country before. Goes to this tournament in Puerto Rico and wins.
Yep.
He was really good, man. I gotta tell you, like, his play style was so impressive.
He was doing some sick stuff.
Like
he's super awesome.
I mean, like the offense was really good, but I think what impressed me the most was just the like neutral game that he played.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the rush. Which was good, but it wasn't that impressed me most. It was the button timing he had, and like he counter hit a lot. He had sick anti-airs with that character.
Whip punishes were good too.
Whip punishes. It felt like you couldn't jump in on or move forward against Rashid, which nobody else has played Rashid like.
Well,
yeah, you always see him going in.
Yeah.
It's very rare to see him be the wall.
But the interesting thing is, like, because when he got people in the corner, he would actually stay back to prevent people from jumping out of the corner. Like, he would fall back. He had such good stage location awareness. Yeah. Like, the combo that he chose to do was either corner carry or side switch if he was in the corner. So anytime he hit you, he would do the EX Eagle Spike to get out of the corner. If he was there into this thing, which carried him all the way back. If he was anywhere in the middle of the screen, he would take you with the EX all the way over there. So I felt like he was playing Street Fighter V.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's obviously played Street Fighter 4 before, but he has less preconceived notions on how to play these fighting games.
I don't even know if it's that. He's just sick with Rashid.
Yeah.
I think he's just really good.
He's a really good player.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's really good.
He plays Rashid like nobody else has played him so far. Very impressive.
It was really awesome. Yeah, because you see, like, Vi play Rashid, and it's like he's not even playing Rashid as much. It's like he's RTSDing. Yeah. He's got a very Vi style to Rashid, right? In comparison to, like, John Takeuchi, who's, like, playing Rashid.
I mean, there's also people who play for the tech, and there are people who, like, play for not necessarily rushing down, but, like, for the mix-ups.
Right.
But, like, nobody plays mid-range anti-air footsies Rashid.
Yeah. It was really sick to watch.
Won a tournament with it. Yeah. So that was really cool.
He was really, really impressive. I thought the tournament was fun to watch because
someone said he used to be a Smash 4 player. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But they did tell me that he played Street Fighter 4 in the arcade.
Yeah.
And he actually got used to joystick, but when Street Fighter 5 came out on the console, he just learned to use pad because that was the only thing he had at the time. So.
Can't convince the parents to buy him a stick. He's like, all right, we're playing on DualShock.
If you look at who's just outside of top 8, LPN, Chris G, Hochi Focus, like I said, I thought was really good. Ramasama, Asian Demon, and Liquid Knuckle Deal. So there was a lot of good talent at this tournament. It was really strong.
Yeah. In Marvel, first place was Chris G, a battle of the 2 EVO champions. Second place was Flocker. Third place was Ramasama. And fourth place was Shaw. So basically 3 of the U.S. players came over here and decided to take first, second, and third.
Shaw is also from Florida. So
that's right. Yeah, so it's all
and Neokarsh now lives in Florida.
Oh, does yeah,
Tayson is, I
okay,
believe, from Florida also. I think it was pretty much like the U.S. took it over.
There you go.
Puerto Rico is the U.S. still. But
okay, true.
Good work.
I always make.
I mean, the people there, like, talked about the states and Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You Americans.
You're like,
In fact, as we were leaving, as Mono was dropping us off at the airport, he was like, you Americans do this or that, and I was like, buddy.
You Americans.
Buddy, let me tell you about what your federal government is. It's the same one I got. He was like, yeah.
Man.
You Americans.
Super Smash Bros. Wii U, which apparently has is the biggest fighting game scene in Puerto Rico right now. First place was ETUM Xeon. Second place was PC Doom. And third place was SGDR Sharpiezard. Fourth place Headshot. So there you go. It's interesting. They were saying they don't play as much Melee. Some of the old school players I was talking to, they're really sad because they're like, we play Melee, but not as many people play Melee, so they just have a big Smash 4 scene.
Okay.
Revelator, good job to Flash, got second place. Did pretty decently against Goichi, but Goichi took it with Milia Rage.
Okay.
First place was Brosif in Mortal Kombat XL with War God Kotal Khan. Abby was second place, Starkiller third, and Chris G, who couldn't wake up in time and make the event, got DQ'd and ended up in fourth place. And he was mad about it.
Funny.
He was like,
he?
was like, I totally could have won this tournament.
Damn. Oh, well, actually, he might have been able to.
Totally could have won it. He was like, I totally could have won this tournament.
Funny.
But he couldn't wake up in time. He did wake up in time, but he did that thing where he was like, I'm going to snooze for a little bit, and then he woke up like 3 hours later and was like,
you know that one where you blink and then you wake up and you're like, what?
Yeah.
It's been 3 hours? What happened? That's the worst.
Killer Instinct was won by El Pro Death
Oh, that's
UV
sick.
with TJ Combo, and second place was Born for Gaming 1 with Arbiter and Hisako.
All right. Yeah, really good tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, really awesome tournament. Also that weekend was East Coast Throwdown. Another
This is a big one.
Yeah, another crazy tournament because a tournament where Daigo Umehara flew out there to go and play in a tournament. He had a lot of choices and he decided to go to East Coast Throwdown.
Just gonna go clean it up real quick.
And he donated all of the proceeds of his book to the pot.
Yep.
Most likely believing that he would have a pretty good chance at that pot.
Yep.
Probably.
But
And
then,
it didn't work out like that.
So
Sometimes
everyone
it sucks to suck.
Everyone jokes that this weekend was like good for R Kappa and bad for R Kappa because Daigo lost, right? So, but not only that, but he lost the 2 Chun-Lis, and that just set off this giant chain of like nerf Chun-Li, Chun-Li's so broke. It's like, dude, have we not been saying this?
I mean,
this
the character's
whole
strong.
time?
It's not like absurdly strong. But
Exactly, but it's like, just because 2 Chun-Lis beat Daigo,
been telling
now,
you guys
all of a
specifically 2 American Chun-Lis.
exactly.
Because he loses the other Chun-Li.
Yeah, he loses the Goichi, and you're like, okay, sure, but he
He
loses.
beat Goichi the last time I saw him play him.
If he loses the Ray Ray and Lud,
character
everyone's
must
like,
be just the craziest thing, right? Even though in Street Fighter 4, Lud would almost beat a lot of the strong players.
Lud
in that
has
game.
always been
very
super
strong.
good.
He's super
Lud,
good.
and he just got sponsored too.
He did.
He got
Indeed.
sponsored by the NS team, same team with as Nikki NS, right?
No, Nicky's not NS anymore. He's
Oh,
Circa.
what? Oh, is he? Did
Yeah.
he? Oh.
Yeah, he's not on NS anymore.
Yeah.
Good call there, James. He's got a new jersey on,
Wheel
man.
of sponsorships. Turn,
Yeah.
turn. Who is the team? That
What's it called? Yeah, it was really a sick tournament to watch. Daigo got Dunkarino'd.
All right, well, who's top 8?
well, Daigo did not. So he got 9th place.
Oh, yeah,
here.
that's
You
actually
see
not
down
on
here,
screen.
Right.
Just
there you
Oh,
as
there-
good
there
as
you go.
Defeatly.
Yeah, there's Defeatly.
That probably
San-
made
Sanford-
Defeatly's like
Sanford.
life.
Sanford
Yeah,
Kelly.
for
Defeatly was like, I'm as good as Daigo.
Top 8, Rao NS with Nakali and Ham Bam with Nash. 5th place, Dan Slip with Cammy and F3 Alucard with Birdie and Balrog. 4th place, OG Shine, Karen and Jury. 3rd place, PG Ray Ray with Chun-Li. 2nd place, Coin Up Ludovic with Chun-Li. And 1st place, Echo Foxes, Julio Fuentes with Ken.
What's funny about that? The last time Julio went to the East Coast was Winter Brawl.
Uh-huh.
He lost to Li Joe in Grand Finals.
Uh-huh.
This time he goes to ECT and Joe is not in the tournament. Since it's his tournament, he literally can't enter.
Right.
And he wins because there's no Joe there to stop him.
I'm sorry, I just think it's no disrespect, but it's hilarious to think that like Ham Bam and Dan Slip got higher than
Daigo?
Daigo.
Yeah, done.
Hey, good work, folks. I'm not trying to make money. That's awesome.
Yep.
It's just kind of not expected.
Daigo's in the crowd, sadly.
King of
saying that, and
Fighters.
Ham Bam's like, boom, boom.
King of
Bam,
Fighters, Lazy Freddy was 1st place. 2nd place was EVB's Martial Law KOF. 3rd place, Coin Up Ludovic.
Wow, I didn't even know he was
I'll tell you
missing.
that, he's
Yeah,
a really
uh-huh.
strong player.
4th
That's
place,
sick.
Pachu KOF. So congratulations to those guys. Guilty Gear, Lost Soul, of course, won with Jacko, because that's who he's using now.
Sick.
Marlon Pie getting 2nd place with Zato 1. And Johnny? I didn't know Marlon Pie was playing
He's
Johnny.
been messing with some. So he plays Johnny in like the Zato mirror.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't
okay.
want to play the mirror.
Interesting.
Dude, I hate Johnny versus Zato, but then again, he probably knows Zato so well
Yeah.
that he knows where the holes are.
Right.
I've never studied Zato enough, so I don't know where to like hit Eddie and stuff like that. I don't know
Right.
where all the holes are.
Yeah.
I just
Gotta learn where to stick the holes.
I always yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just,
Continue.
Can we have a sound clip for that? No. That's good.
Anyway, well,
Matt
you can't say that on
Corda with
television.
Eno, yeah, and 4th place was TSB minus with Eno as well. So congratulations.
and
to
in
those
addition,
guys.
Mortal Kombat XL.
Mortal Kombat XL, 1st place, PG Scar. 2nd place, Circa Destroyer. 3rd place, STDX Too Easy. 4th place, Silver Rye. And well,
Killer Instinct.
Scar's
Killer
the best.
Instinct. 1st place, Circa Nikki. Yep,
Yep.
Circa. There you go. 2nd place, Mutiny Grief. 3rd place, Pink Diamond. 4th place, KPB Crush. It feels like it's a lot of the same, like it's the usual suspects that usually win the big KI tournaments.
Dude, Nicky's been on a rampage. He's
Yeah.
been winning all these events, like 3 or 4 in a row or
Ricky's
something like
starting
that.
to remind
Dang.
me of Anakin now, you know.
The Circa boys, yeah.
Wow.
Nicky is an absurdly strong player.
Yeah,
And,
he's
like,
really good.
He plays like Fulgore, and the character's pretty like fireballs and uppercuts.
Oh yeah.
So when he's playing well,
Dude, tell Steve,
It's
tell
hard.
me, Connecticut's
What?
new partner is ARC. Guilty Gear statues are coming.
Oh,
Oh my!
sick.
Like you don't even know.
Oh, man.
There goes all my money.
Dude,
right
I never
there.
understood the whole thing, and then I got my Shadow Jago statue,
Uh-huh.
and like I got to put the sword on his back because he has like a little.
Oh, sick.
So he has a sword came with it, and I was trying to put it in his hand, and I was like, this doesn't look right. He doesn't like hold it in his hand like this, and then like I realized there's like a rope thing on the back, and you like sheath it
Oh,
in the
cool,
ropes,
man.
and I was like, this is so sick. I was like, this is like the coolest thing ever. I was like on the shops, like looking at all the other statues, and I was like, oh no.
Dude, can we please make a Johnny statue finally, dude? I've
Dang.
been looking for a Johnny statue forever. And
That would be sick.
Yeah. Johnny's just all swag, dude. So Marvel, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. LV, LG Cosmos taking 1st place over Flux, 2nd place. Ambu, LV, LG Punisher in 3rd. And 4th is This Is For Larry. Ray Ray getting 5th place, so he did better in Street Fighter than he did in Marvel.
He's been playing
so,
the game more.
Yeah, this is my last Street
Yeah,
Fighter.
he's been
He's
practicing. I remember
He's
talking
really
to Ray
good.
Ray
Marvel
at
topic.
I remember talking to Ray Ray at Combo Breaker, and he was just saying, he's like, I'm gonna get good at this game.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna practice.
Yeah,
Street
he's a
Fighter."
very talented player.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, absolutely. So there you go.
All right, sick tournament.
Also that weekend was the fighting game tournament. Lots of Asian talents over there. 7th place was GGP Kazunoko, as well as Dashen Bebe Nakali.
Got it.
5th place was Panda TV Wei Li and Itabashi Zangief.
Ooh,
4th place was Huamao TV's Human Bomb with Chun-Li. 3rd place, Zowie Gamerby with Nakali. 2nd place, Razor Sien with Fang, and busting out a surprise Ibuki. Well, not surprise, because people know that he's been playing with him, but he did really well against. Yeah, he did really well against.
Dude, Cammy Fang sucks.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah, that matchup's just a big old bag of hoopla. I don't know what you're supposed to do.
And Xiao Hai though takes it in 1st place with Cammy. So Xiao Hai continuing.
What a strong character.
She really is.
Xiao Hai Cammy is one of the scariest players out there. Right
Dude,
now.
when I saw him uppercut through a fireball like point blank, I was like, this guy's not human. There's nothing.
It doesn't even have to be point blank. You can do it from like ridiculously
But he's
far.
doing it point blank. That guy's
yeah,
very good.
cheater.
Yeah, he's super good. He's ridiculous, dude. So
Shouts to Fang and Zangief from top 8.
oh yeah,
Itabashi is putting in work too. That guy.
So the big thing that I want to try to X-copy from him is the way he uses his headbutt. Because I've only used I use headbutt mostly just for like anti-fireball, but
or meaty.
he plays footsies with that.
He kind of does it in a range where, like, if you're sticking out buttons to intercept him,
Yeah.
he can hit you. And also, you know what I like?
You can't hit his face.
Oh,
He doesn't have a hurt box there, but he
yeah.
has a hitbox, so
It's real good if you're sticking out, like, if a character like Chun's
So
sticking out fierce.
It's more of a zoning tool. It's that priority tool, basically.
So nice counterpoke.
Like a Chun back fierce kind of thing. Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great counterpoke, yeah. And what I like that he and Stupendous do a lot with Geef is, like, when people try to shimmy them, they just make the hard read and do SPD. Because people are like, all right, jab, walk back to bait the throw, and they're just like SPD.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, that's like the thing to do.
People aren't going to whip throw, they're going to whip SPD. I mean, if you're a Zangief player, your reaction is the SPD whenever you feel like one.
Well, see, like, defensively in this game, SPD is not good, right? It's just like a reversal tool. But if you know someone's going to shimmy, they're going to walk back.
Well, I mean, just even as a Zangief player, anytime there's that weird little small, like, delay of nothing, your first reaction is... That's why, like, as a Zangief player, in games where I can tech throws, I get thrown all the time. Because when they walk up and throw, I react with a spinning pile driver instead of a throw. Yeah. So I don't tech it. And
that was not working 5.
It's very slow. You can't do it like that in this game. Yeah.
But he brought out the tech that I hadn't shown, that I thought was secret.
Whiff throw.
He did whiff throw, option select into the air grab.
Yeah.
Nice work, fella.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's a pretty smart guy.
Definitely. He's a very smart guy.
He hacked into Ultra David's surface and got the secret.
You can see
he got Zangief dot zip.
It's interesting.
Downloaded it.
.odt.
He got it.
So you know Reddit got that from Overwatch too. Got some of that from Overwatch.
He got what's his name? Fighting Game ESL to translate your English Zangief notes to Japanese so he can win all the tournaments. Yeah, he's on to you.
Bonchan though,
he's really good.
13th place with Nash. I mean, it's 2 events now that he hasn't done really well. He switched from Ryu to Nash because Nash has the fireball game that's
almost
similar.
Like Street Fighter V came out and like the archetype he plays does not exist.
Yeah,
that's totally what it is.
Yeah, it's
totally
literally the way he wants to play does not exist.
Right.
But I had a dream that Akuma was in the game.
Okay.
Oh, I saw you tweet about the
dude. He was broken. First, that character's so cheap.
You've been playing too much Tekken. That's the thing, right? You've been playing.
Dream Akuma was so cheap, but he'd be a perfect character for Bonchan, I think. Okay. So if my Dream Akuma comes out, I got you, man.
You know, Gals are starting to play the Fortress better, so I wonder if that's a
character for him.
True. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, this weekend, that 2 weekends ago,
Dream Akuma had Demon Flip and Air Cycle Crusher.
Air Psycho Crusher.
See, now you're mixing Gargos
sick
with Akuma.
And his V trigger was like
you mixed all of the characters together, dude.
His V trigger was like crazy demon mode, where like all his attacks had like these crazy
That's
splash.
so bad guy, right? You went into the,
it was just like that, dude.
So see, you're mixing Akuma's your amalgamation of like all different cheap fighting games.
Basically, that character I would definitely play Dream Akuma. That fool was hella cheating. But he would still lose to Chun-Li. She just stand kick him out of the Psycho Crusher and just dash under strong, and it's over. It's
Celtic Throwdown 2016 took place that weekend as well, and MBR Nakali listed why is he listed as 3-0? Okay. Rise, Kobalcog, Cammy, they were both tied for 7th place. 5th place was AWS Akainu with Nash, as well as CCL with Chun-Li. Fourth place, Ryan Hart with Ken and Guile again. Third place, Melty Genius with Birdie.
Sick.
Second place, PRLS Pax with Karen. And first place, RB Luffy with Armika. So Luffy back on top again.
I wonder, is that the highest that a birdie main, that a solo birdie has gotten in a major tournament?
I don't know. That's a good question.
No.
Who did that?
TGS Crusher is going to win with Birdie.
Well, that actually wouldn't surprise me that much.
That's ridiculous. No, but I think you're right.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
And if it's happened again, it's probably been like a long time.
But once again, shout outs to K-Brad, because he's everywhere. It's just cool to see.
Yeah.
Like, he is the world warrior. Like, he literally travels everywhere, which is
He
really
put on
cool.
Twitter that he like has had his phone on airplane mode for a month because of fears about roaming data.
Yeah.
Also, I saw him playing Tekken 7 on Twitter, and I thought it was going to be Akuma, but he's not a blonde white girl, so of course it was Nina.
Yeah.
I was so surprised for a second until I put it all together.
But yeah, this was in Ireland, Dublin, Ireland. So, also, was it the same weekend or was the weekend before that? Absolute Battle. Did we talk about Absolute Battle already?
Who won it? I don't remember.
Absolute Battle was won by Knuckle Dew, remember?
Knuckle Dew.
Yeah, I think we did talk about it.
And
We did talk about it.
And Marvel was won by
Nikki won this event.
Ryan LV.
Yes.
Yeah,
we talked about this. Okay. So I think that means we're done with results then, because I think we talked about Ozhudo. We talked about Rio. Yeah. Also, Kazunoko won an ESL Brooklyn beatdown qualifying event, so Kazunoko was actually going to be in Brooklyn.
That event is going to be absurd.
Dude, did you see the prize money for that thing?
Yeah, the breakdown?
First place got $30,000.
But they still broke it down so that all the way to 16th.
Oh, yeah,
gets paid.
that's true.
Awesome.
Yeah,
the coolest part, like if you get 16th, you make like what is like $500
Right.
But yeah, I think that's great.
That's the way to do it.
I agree.
There was a couple of online events and such, but yeah, okay. I think
Evo Japan.
Yeah, well,
LLC.
do you want to go into that now, or do you want to take a break and then come? We can take a break
probably
and then we can do the events, games, and communities all in
Let's
one
do
shot.
that.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll
I'm going
be
to take
right
my sweater off. I am
warm.
Do you want me to turn on the air conditioner again?
I think I just need to not have a sweater on.
Yeah, I'm fine without a sweater.
Okay, alright. We'll be
'Cause I
right
took
back.
mine
Guys.
off.
We'll be right back. Sick.
Hey, how come the plaza, the little like shopping center corner where there's Domino's, why is that like the hobo part?
Oh, because across the street, close to that area, is the homeless shelter in Santa Monica.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I've always wondered that because it's like Santa Monica is so fancy.
Yeah.
It's like such a ritzy, not ritzy, but it's like
But there's
definitely upper class.
There's a homeless shelter like right over there. So much of the fact that like one episode of Criminal Minds they like visited Santa Monica and it was about the homeless shelter.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
So
I mean, it's cool with me. I went to school at Berkeley, man. It's all
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
I just wanted.
team owner for Circa called me a wiener.
Oh yeah?
Called
Yeah.
you a
What
what?
was the
He
circumstance?
called me a wiener.
Really?
Yeah,
Does
because
he think you're from Vienna?
perhaps because you know like he's like 18 or something. Like
No.
That. Did you know?
I did not know that.
Hold on, I've got it. All right, so I was.
I did not know that at all.
He called me a wiener. It makes sense though, right?
I'm not even sure what to
What?
say.
What?
So the owner of Circa called me a wiener on Twitter. Because
Oh man.
Tupperware was watching, because you know he's like the fighting game manager, right?
I do.
Yes.
So he was watching a tournament, and we were at a Wizard World, and I took a selfie of myself with him in the background on his phone watching Summer Jam, I think it was.
Okay.
He's like watching it, and it was when LPM was losing.
Okay.
So I took a selfie, and I posted it, and I said, here's me watching Tupperware, like, watch Circa players lose.
Okay.
And I posted it. Like the guy replied, the Circus owner replied and said something, and then Tupperware was like, "Yeah, this guy's a wiener, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's a total wiener." And he just called me a wiener, and I was like,
now, do you think that is funny or is it weird?
"I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it." Because I was like, I pointed at Tupperware, and I was like, "He's your boss."
Yeah.
He called me a wiener.
Yeah. On the other hand, don't you think it's kind of cool that like a boss still calls people wieners?
Kind of, right?
I feel like if I don't have any employees, but
Like, if I did that-
I would want to call people wieners.
Wieners, right. If I did that for like EG or something, there's no way the guy who owns EG would tweet me and be like, "You're a wiener."
Actually, they might. Oh, I don't
You
know.
think so?
I
think
don't
that
even know if
they.
he owns it. I think it's like corporate owned now. But when Alex Garfield ran
Right.
it, he's kind of a funny dude. Huh?
It was so funny. Because I like got to look at his profile picture after, and I could just imagine him calling me a wiener.
Steven Wiener. Say jam.
Lion.
I was gonna try to say Leon or whatever.
Yeah.
Like James did it.
Like he did it
No.
super.
No.
But I thought
You
I
called
did
him. You got it good.
But I did it French. I was trying
No.
to do French, but I'm terrible at
Well,
pronouncing
I mean,
French
you gotta,
names.
you did get the,
You're offending my
nasality
people.
in there, but
Mhm.
Yeah, you're offending my people,
Leon.
James.
what? Are you French?
Yeah.
See, if I wanted to pronounce it like
I mean,
Chinese,
the name
it
is
would have
French, I
been
didn't
it would have
know
been Lien. That's how I would have pronounced it. You'd be Steven.
What about like
Lien.
Luong? Say Luong.
Luong?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Luong.
Is that okay?
You know, I always get and people would read my name in high school. On the first day of class, it was always Stefan Leon.
That's kind of cool, man.
And I'd be like, well, yeah. Or they would get like one or not the other. But getting both, I was like, dang.
That's. I mean, nobody ever said anything other than David Graham for me.
Yeah,
it's like pretty
it's
obvious.
hard to mess it up, right? I feel like James's name too. It's like,
James Chen.
yeah, you can't goof that up, right?
I mean, some people have said Chin, you know, like
Oh,
James
Chin.
Chin. You know.
Hey,
I guess I got Garm a couple of times. but,
really?
like, yeah.
What?
Garm?
That's like the people
I did
who
get
called
gone.
him. That's
You know
like the,
Jeremy, right? So Jeremy was telling me, like,
Uh.
he put his name in, like, a Starbucks order, and he's like, they got my name right for once. And I was like, how do you spell Jeremy besides the way you spell
Oh, there's a billion ways.
it? Is there?
Yeah.
I feel like there's not.
Jeramie.
That's not okay.
That's a real thing.
I would never spell Jeremy like that.
Jaramie.
That's gross.
I'm telling you, but those are real.
If you spell it like that, you're a wiener.
My brother's name is Jared, and I feel like there's only one way to spell Jared.
There
It
really
turns
is.
out there's like Jarrod,
Yeah.
Whoa, that's weird.
I've seen that. I've seen
I don't
both
like that
of
at all.
those, yeah,
Gerid. There's
No.
like a billion ways to
Okay,
spell
that one's
Jared.
weird.
Those are
yeah.
all made up. That's like, people
Well,
shouldn't do that.
that's like my brother's name is Jeffrey, and I've always hated the Geoffrey.
Oh, is that who you're?
No, it's not.
Oh,
He's
that's-
Jeff.
That's how my dad's name is spelled.
But-
And he tells horror stories of growing up as Geoff and like.
Oh.
Geoffrey.
there's
But
one.
the thing is, and then also Jeffrey is also largely spelled
Goof.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
But my brother is Rey. So he actually, my brother was one of those guys who would
Oh,
win all the
Jeffrey.
contests in schools and stuff like that, and all the like he has so
Always
many
wrong.
trophies with
Oh,
his
oh,
name
they're always
spelled
wrong.
wrong.
Dave Garm, the law guy.
No.
That's pretty good.
But Garm is like Dallism. Like I've heard some people call Dallism. They called him Dallism. It's like you're not even putting the letters in the right order.
My dad got called Goof. Like Goof. There was like a substitute.
Goof Garm.
Goof Garm.
Goof Garm.
All right, let's start this up.
Goof Wiener Garm. What a name.
Alright.
That's so stupid.
It sure
Goof
is.
Garm.
Goof Garm.
By the way, I'm very hot still.
Yeah. Okay.
Goof Garm.
You
Wiener
are pretty
Law.
hot. You are pretty hot, David.
Thanks, buddy.
So.
This is how you build commentator synergy.
All right.
Thank you.
here
Oh
goes.
yeah, graham cracker. Oh, boing. Who didn't
exactly.
know?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Steven,
Whoop,
Steven,
whoop, whoop.
are you lying? Oh,
I
lying.
really want to
Oh,
give shout outs to Mr.
oh.
Rice666 for subbing. This is 3 months in a row. Thank
Thanks,
you very
man.
much.
You're not a wiener.
Shout outs to Walrus King 898 who has followed. And then Roar Super Rush, brand new subscriber for us.
High five.
Thank you.
Play
Shout
that
outs.
Steve. Yeah.
Yeah. Flexing, and then you see this pale arm get in the way. And then FG Atsumachi also followed us. Thank you for that. And Filter Illusion followed us. And 15 minutes ago, I'm Just X followed us.
Sick, you
Shout
guys
outs to
are
you.
all not wieners. Let's hit it.
None of you are wieners.
Can we make that our follow thing? You are now not a wiener.
And my mom's last name, maiden name, was Pakasich. And
Sounds easy to mess up.
it was pretty easy to mess
It's definitely not Garm.
up. Pack of shit.
Goof Garm. What did you say it was?
Her brothers literally changed their name.
Oh,
Just 'cause
really?
it was like so like you couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
They literally
man.
changed their last names.
I like having the last name Lyons.
Uh.
It's a pretty buff last name.
Yeah, it's a cool one. It's
Except
not,
everyone
it's
thinks
no
you're,
Garm.
for some
This
reason,
guy's-
everyone thinks you're Lions.
Yeah,
I
everybody
had
has
to-
an S.
I literally had him as Lions in my phone
Yeah,
for the longest
Seglia
time.
emailed
Yeah.
me. He put my name as Lions on stuff, and you've
Yeah.
done it, and yeah. Steve always says to me, he's like, "Yo, man, this character is a lion. That's my thing. Like, no one loves lions more than me. Lions is what I'm about because I'm a Leo." And I was like, "I got you beat." dude."
His Leo thing.
Yeah, it's those tweets that he
Leo
retweets.
tweets?
I can't.
That's
I'm,
some Wiener
I'm not
stuff.
sure if I'm happy he's not here or if I'm sad he's not. So I can't tell him to his face that that's the stupidest stuff.
You can't break it down, right? Yeah.
Steve, I know you're a smart guy. I've talked with you in the past. I know it, but there's the Leo tweets. So.
Yeah, dude, he retweets.
I don't know how to fit those two together.
It's always
I don't know how to
something
sew
like
them together. There's some that I can't quite get the sewing right.
it's always like it's so ambiguous all the stuff because they want it to fit
Yeah, obviously.
into anybody, right? It's the worst. Anyway,
Okay, anyway, what's going on?
Big
Evo
news.
Japan LLC.
Big news. Yeah, Evo Japan's is
worrying.
getting set up, and it sounds like it's a big conglomerate.
Bunch of money, yeah.
Yeah,
$1
lots
million deal went down. A bunch of companies bought into Evo.
Mm-hmm.
The one that concerns me is the company who owns Nico Nico is involved.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
So I'm very
Right,
concerned
right.
that Evo is going to be streamed on Nico Nico.
I mean, if they did do it on Nico, I mean, look, nobody's going to be stupid enough to make it exclusive to Nico Nico.
I hope not,
Right?
yeah.
So if they do stream it on Nico Nico, hopefully it means they dual stream it on both. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
if you
would
don't
be
stream it on
that'd be
Twitch,
fine.
that would just be the biggest problem.
That
That
would be
would
the
be silly.
worst.
That would be
Yeah,
the biggest
but a
problem.
bunch of companies throwing down money.
Like it sounds like it's crazy or like it's made up to say it's $1 million deal, but
right.
Yeah, because you have to think, right?
$1 million.
For this event to go down, you can't have the pot of the tournament be entry.
Right,
in
because it's Japan. Right.
So you have to get outside influence to put money towards prize
you
pool.
can only
and
win prize
stuff like
money
that.
in a Japan tournament if it's not put in by the players. Because if you put
Right.
it in by the players, it's considered gambling.
Gambling.
That's illegal. Not that stopped all the pachinko parlors or whatever like that. But, you know.
they're not going to carve out that exception for video games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Hearts United Group, subsidiary of ATUS, owners of 4Gamer, Shochiku Broadcasting, and ATUS. That's gonna be interesting. And then Mark Man has just been talking about that he's planning to announce a bunch of stuff at Tokyo Game
Yeah,
Show.
Tokyo
coming
Game
up
Show.
this
I think it's
weekend,
like the
so.
second day of Tokyo Game Show. They said it's gonna be streamed.
There's like
They're
some
gonna have an
crazy
announcement.
panel. Like even the SNK is gonna make all their announcements at the Evo panel.
Yeah, a
Like-
lot of people are announcing stuff at it. It sounds like
Yeah,
it sounds cool.
So that's actually crazy, dude. So good stuff.
Dude, Evo Japan, it's happening.
Yeah.
It was like happening for a long time, right? It was like, yeah, Evo Japan is gonna happen eventually, but now it's like for real, it's happening.
I mean, they were going to have one, and then the giant earthquake happened in 2011,
Yeah.
and they ended up not doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
The part that made me sad about it, honestly, was like I got to make the Evo Japan trailer, and it was one of my favorite trailers that I made because we actually got people from Japan to do voiceovers for us, and so it's like that crazy exaggerated Japanese voice, and
that's
like
sick.
it was a sick trailer, and like I was really
Did
sad.
that never see the light of day?
Oh, the trailer made it
I
out.
don't
Like, it was
remember.
super hype at
Okay.
Evo. Like, people saw it, went nuts, and then it just got immediately canceled,
Sucks.
right? So,
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's
Wonder
so
if
it's
that
so
trailer's
cool that
out
it's
there
happening
somewhere.
though. Like I'm
Yeah,
so excited
yeah.
to see how it is, and I hope a lot of people travel. I hope they fly out commentators over to Japan. You know?
Dude, yeah.
Would be
I've
fantastic.
never been.
A lot of
I've never
people
been.
speak or understand the English language, and it might be valuable to have some people who can commentate natively.
You for sure bring
In
up
that
good
tongue.
points. I'm
That's
gonna learn.
right.
I'm gonna learn all these obscure anime games that they're gonna put on the lineup, so I can do English commentary for it.
Yeah, they're just going to get Giuna to do, Street Fighter.
That actually would be pretty cool.
He's gonna just root for the guy who reminds him more of Daigo. He's just gonna be like, this guy kind of looks like Daigo. I'm gonna root for him. He seems cool.
Another news, CEO Taku. I have here $1,000 pop bonus from Atlas for King of Fighters 14. My bad, but they're actually getting pop bonuses all over the place.
They
there
sure
there
are.
was like an anonymous donor who upped the pot of Catherine, and it wasn't Dacid Bro. And like I know, like Nitro Plus Blasters has like a
Shabali announced that if more than 200 people enter Guilty Gear,
right.
he will put in 2,000 of his own monies towards the pot.
Mm-hmm.
So
lots of stuff. And they were at like 156 right now, I think.
Yeah,
it
they're
was,
getting close
from the tweet. So yeah, shout outs to CEO Otaku. That should be fun. Unfortunately, it's on the same weekend as TwitchCon and the same weekend as that ESL Brooklyn. So
that is unfortunate for sure.
It's gonna be a rough weekend. It's gonna be a rough weekend.
Like the saturation of events makes it so
it's
it
hard
happens,
now.
right?
But
yeah.
I mean, like this is like before it was like this sucks, but now it's like God, it's happening all the time now. So
remember it was like that for a little while, maybe like 2010, 2011, 2012, and then the events started to like.
Because there was a lot of events
down.
that came in that didn't do well.
Yeah, for
they
sure.
were bad.
For
so,
sure.
Yeah.
And then we got back to like a more reasonable, and now it's getting crazy again. I wonder if it's going to get pared down.
Yeah, I think KI. Not KI here at CEO Otaku is probably not going to be there. So, but also they announced that CEO 2017 details, right? So they announced the dates. The hotel registration is going to be coming soon. But he officially announced that it's going to take place at June 16th through 18th at the same location. Most likely going to be the last time it's going to be at that event because he needs to move into a bigger location because that place just doesn't.
And he said he was trying this year to get a bigger location, but he just couldn't find anything. So it's like, all right, we're going back.
Everything was already booked up.
Right.
So, there you go. So, but he is making sure that there's rooms at the Wyndham and at the Hawthorne Suites next door, so there's plenty of room for people to stay.
Yeah, I stayed at the Hawthorne Suite.
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah. Also, Europe's premier CPT event, one of the upcoming premier events, EGX 2016. The signups have been extended through September 16th, which is 3 days from now. So if you want to make this event, if you've got 3 days to register for it. So the event itself is going to take place on the 23rd through the 24th of September. So that's a premier event. So again, one of the last premier events where when you win, you qualify automatically.
Right.
Or if Infiltration wins, then he just turns it into another.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going.
Yeah,
I hope he wins everything.
I feel like
he wants chaos.
I mean, that's what Anakin is doing right now. Anakin's causing mad chaos in that Tekken World Cup.
Whoever has to fill it out, whoever has to figure that out, the bracket, it's probably Rick. It's probably gonna have to come up with some crazy format for the Tekken Tour. But what's it called? Infiltration hasn't really traveled and played outside of Korea since after Evo. He won and was just disappeared back to Korea. And there's footage of him playing some other characters recently and stuff, and so I figure he's gonna come into Capcom Cup and have a bunch of characters ready and be super good. So.
He's gonna bust out Hugo on Snake Eyes again.
That was sick.
And Hugo's not even in the game, and somehow he's gonna get access to the character.
He's gonna play my Dream Akuma. Oh my god!
Dude! And then he's gonna be so broken. Oh. And then watch he loses with Dream Akuma, and it's what?
He would not lose with Dream Akuma. Dream Akuma was too strong.
Frosty Faustings 9 was announced. It's going to be taking place January 27th through 28th at the Waterford conference. They're going big this year. So what I had heard is they are running 30 games at this event. And normally it's been a 2-day event, which is just Friday and Saturday.
Still a 2-day event?
I think it is. It's supposed
27
to be
27 and 28,
28,
so it's got to be a 2-day.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
Crazy.
But I heard it's 30 games, and ST wasn't one of them, which was weird. But they're running a
looks
lot
like Marvel
of
2 is there, Rocket League,
what?
Mystery Tournament.
I want to go into Rocket League, dude.
Dude, you and Rip gotta go on.
Yeah,
the
you play
team.
the Rocket League?
I'll not play with Rip. Is not gonna be on my team. I'm sure he's.
You changed that sentence very carefully. I like it.
He'll be on another team of winners, but I play with Infilament. Infilament is so good.
Oh, okay.
That fool is crazy.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, we would.
But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Lots of games that are gonna be taking place there. So of course, the coolest thing about Frosty Faustings is that it is always an anime game specific, like specializes in that.
Yeah, Lethal League. Where's Lethal League, dude? I was pretty nice at that game too.
Usually the who was the one who tried to challenge you to Lethal League?
One of the Screw Attack guys.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. It was Chad or somebody.
Yeah, because they he likes Third Strike. He's a big Third Strike fan. We were talking about that all weekend. He was like, "Yeah, I'm nice at Third Strike," and I was like, I don't play it, but I can play Chun. And we'll just and then he said something about Lethal League, and I was like, oh, come on, man. You don't want to get involved in Lethal League. My Candyman is insane. I have a
yeah?
sick
okay,
Candyman,
okay,
yeah.
okay. What
And
was his special power? He was the one that had the teleport ball, right?
Yeah, it would come out the other side, right?
Yeah,
it was like Pac-Man when you went through.
Right,
I was
right.
sick with Candyman and one other character. I don't remember his name. Man, Lethal League is ridiculous.
Wait, you know what Pac-Man is?
Yeah, I was sick at Lethal League. That's the moral of the story.
Surprised, actually. You made a Pac-Man reference. It's like if you was talking about Gone with the Wind or something.
It's like, yeah, I was just gonna say, it's like people, Gone with the Wind, or like Shakespeare, like, you know what Shakespeare is.
Right, exactly.
I'm nice at
Pac-Man.
Lethal League. I'm just saying, when I see him next, I'm getting Lethal League on something. We're playing.
That guy was pretty good at video games.
Who?
The dude you're talking about.
Oh, the Screw Attack
Screw
guy?
Attack
Oh, yeah,
guys?
definitely.
Oh, okay,
the Screw Attack guys are awesome, by the way.
Pretty good at video games.
Those are cool dudes.
FV Cup
They're good at ping pong,
2016's FV Cup 2016's final Capcom Pro Tour ranking event is now open for registration. So that'll be taking place in Malaysia.
Do we know how many more premiere events are left for it?
Well, obviously
We
that
could.
EG,
Tokyo Game Show, right?
I can
EGX.
I can
We
bust
could
it up.
look that
Canada
up
Cup
pretty
and
quickly.
SCR.
Canada Cup and SCR, so that's like 4.
Yeah, let me just look it up right here.
I'm real curious, right? Because I feel like we're
so fast.
Yeah.
he did that quick. We're near the end.
Oh, he almost got it.
Schedule. Let's see.
There's only so many left, right? It's got to be.
So here we go. Upcoming events. Premier events. Japan Cup, that's this weekend. That's
Right,
the Tokyo
Tokyo
Game
Game
Show,
Show,
right?
right.
EGX, which is the one I talked about a little bit earlier, the one in Birmingham,
Same.
England. Southeast Asia
course.
Majors.
Of
Dude,
course.
their shirt was really cool. They had a nice little shirt for that. Premier event, that's coming up on the second weekend of October. SoCal Regionals, the third week of October. And then also that same weekend is Milan Games.
Interesting.
That's a
Also a
premier
premier.
event. Canada Cup will be 2 weeks later.
Oh, that's
at
the
the
regional
end.
finals. Milan is the regional finals.
Oh.
Then you have the regional finals for NA,
Yeah, all those events.
whatever,
so, yeah,
the Latin America, etc.
Right.
So
okay,
really,
okay.
it's just like what Canada Cup, SCR, SEAM,
And
EGX, and
EGX.
Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah, so
So
there's
there's
just
five left, and then the regional finals, basically.
Yeah. Sick.
So, but the regional finals, I mean, we should count them too because they're open brackets. You can just
Yeah.
enter them, right? So it's just that the people who won all the ranking
Ranking
events
events.
get flown there for free, basically.
Gotcha.
So it's not like it's limited to them or anything
Okay.
like that. So it's still just an open bracket tournament.
Right.
So they might as well just
Yeah,
count
so
it
like-
as a
Very
event.
confusing.
The format is like day one is like the open bracket to qualify for the top 16 bracket, and like you do well in this, and then you're in the top 16 bracket, and the guy who wins that's in.
what?
Isn't
What?
that how it works?
At the premier event?
Are you talking
at the
about
North
no?
America?
You're talking about Red Bull.
Yeah,
oh, is
you're
that how?
talking
Is it,
about
does it
Rebel.
not work for the other ones?
No,
Red Bull's its own shit.
The other ones are all just open bracket.
Yeah.
What?
So all
Not
the
even all the regional finals have the same format.
no, all the regional finals are just open tournaments.
So look,
Except for Red Bull.
No, Red
Dude,
Bull
there's
has
also-
two.
including Red Bull. Look, Red Bull's proving grounds.
Oh,
Is
you got
in
me.
Santa, yeah.
You got me. You got me. You got me.
Yeah.
They send somebody to the open bracket.
Yes.
of
Yes.
Yes.
The
yes,
battlegrounds.
yes.
So all the stuff
I
that
know,
you're
it's
talking
crazy.
about is going to the proving grounds, which is taking place in
Yes.
Santa Monica.
Yes, that makes sense. Yes, man, what a silly bunch of formats we got going on, right?
It's not
It's like-
confusing at all.
It's so absurd. Yeah, this is the second time in this show it doesn't have.
Have you ever seen those art installations where, like for example, at the Bellagio,
Okay,
right? It's one
yeah,
of-
yeah.
Have you know the big old chocolate thing that's like all the chocolates floating down the fountain? Have you
Yeah.
seen that?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's what I feel like the qualifying for Capcom Cup is like, where there's like all these redundant spaces. where
Right.
It's like funneling down, and it's like kind of weird.
But
And
see, the
why is it
thing
going
is,
to the
like,
left
a
and it's going to the
giant-
right all of a sudden,
a
rather
giant-
than just having a funnel?
Right.
A
It
giant-
doesn't make any. There's like you would
It's
go to an
artistic,
event.
but it's not efficient.
You
for
go to an
us.
event and you
giant-
get like global points, but also there's regional
I'm
points for
telling
the
you,
regional
there's
finals.
all these little
But
things
it's
global
giant-
thing chocolate.
Flowing river of chocolate is cool no matter which direction it's going.
Yeah,
It's
but it's
delicious.
confusing.
But this is confusing, yeah, and not delicious.
You're right. Yeah, like at least when you look at it, you're like, it's still chocolate. I can eat it.
By the way, when I went to the Bellagio, I asked, "Hey, do people eat this chocolate?"
Yeah. No.
They just keep running the same chocolate.
Ew, that's
Yeah,
kind of
it's not-
gross.
no,
Actually,
they
no,
don't.
now that's not.
You don't
Okay,
use that
now it's the
chocolate.
same.
Now it's the
now
same.
it's the same. Now it's the same. It's kind of gross.
The guy was like,
Yeah.
"I'm not supposed to tell you, but."
Now it's gross. Now
This
it's
is the
gross.
worst.
Okay. Okay.
Doesn't make any sense.
Anyway,
We are moving on to games
Game
now.
news.
Games news. Revealed trailer. Wait, actually, oh yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah.
Revealed was the trailer for Urien.
Whoa, no one's seen that
came
character
out.
yet.
Yeah, so that came out, and
oh, there's a trailer
there was
for
an official trailer for Urien.
it? Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And interesting they use different music for the U.S. and the Japan one.
Yeah.
He looks really sick. He looks pretty
does
cool,
look cool
so far.
One thing is that when he does the critical art, he doesn't explode off the suit anymore.
That might have just been a hack on the PC, or was that?
If you play him on the PC right now, as far as I know, every time you do the critical art, he explodes off.
Yeah, it didn't happen in the trailer.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if that's like another outfit or something.
Yeah, see, that's probably what they're going to do. They're just probably going to sell it as another costume, because I think everyone's supposed to get like a classic costume. Right,
very important.
Everybody would buy it.
What does it sound like when you hit him and he's blocking?
It didn't sound like... Well, you never saw him blocking in the trailer.
That's what I'm saying.
Trailer. Yeah.
What does it sound like
if
when
it
he
doesn't
walks?
sound like that metal noise, then we've got issues.
That is a problem.
That is problem. So
all right.
It was just like I was saying.
It's like if you made an Alex and he didn't say, "At ease, loser."
Yeah, that's the
Or
worst.
you can't escape, right?
Yeah, what if he didn't say those things? It'd be
bizarre. What if Elena was an
his
ultra
hair
and
was
her
outside?
background music didn't have bees in her head?
That would
would've
just
been a
make
problem.
no sense.
I like the music though for Elena.
Oh, the music for Elena is sick. Yeah,
But dude, at ease, loser. Come on, that's too good.
So
that's
you
too
know,
good. Why
at
would
one of
you
the
mess with the established order of things?
At one of the betas for Ultra Street Fighter 4, everyone was going up to Combo Fury. They're like, "You better put this in. Make sure this happens." Da, da, da. And I walked in and I was like, "There's only one thing that you have to do." And I was like, he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Elena's background music has to have beats in my head in there." And he's like, "Okay, no, we got that covered."
Yeah. David wrote him a huge, long napkin of information.
I did too in an email.
Oh, okay.
That, so,
yeah, I guess I wrote like on the whole front and the whole back.
Yeah,
right?
you wrote a lot.
I think I did.
It
was just like incessant.
That's like Empire contract status, dude. Like that's pretty.
Hey man,
except you actually had to fill both sides. You had to
did
fill
actually,
both sides because I don't think that would work.
Fact, if we were to write a contract on this pizza, well, on the board anyway, on this, that would be legal. That would be a binding contract.
Nice. Good.
There's no requirement of formality.
It doesn't have to be on like a certain kind of paperwork.
It does not.
That was really anime of you.
What do you think of that bug with Birdie, that jumping light kick bug that turns into invincible?
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
They'll probably fix it in the next.
Even
whatever.
if they don't, it doesn't even.
I know it's one of those things. Like I think you said it best. It's like it just adds flavor, right? Because stuff like that's existed in every game, which is why like I saw these people like, God, this just shows that Street Fighter V is garbage and so poorly made. And I was like, have you played fighting games before?
Any fighting game ever.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Makoto neutral throw. Hey, I'm invincible.
Yeah.
For absolute no Q, I can
Q
crouch up
ducking,
and down.
yeah,
You can't throw me at all.
Yeah.
T-Hawk, if I do low strong, hey, you can hit me up here for no reason because there's just a hurt box floating in the sky.
Away a stage.
Yeah,
stage away.
exactly.
It's video games, man.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Whatever.
Someone actually found a way to enable a bunch of stage transitions in Street Fighter V on the PC version.
Because they're like already in the game, but just not implemented.
Right, and so it was really like it's not even stage transitions, but you know how like when you get kicked into the bus, like they had that like on every stage, and they showed them all. Like even one of them had a statue with a hand out, and when you get hit, you like get caught into the hand, and it was like so. One of them you get knocked into a coffin, and like all these other things like that. They actually got that.
Those are so cool. I don't know why you wouldn't want them on all the stages.
They probably didn't finish it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Of course,
because that's one of the coolest things. You never get to see the noodles, but the noodles is so sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like someone just getting a
that
bowl
was like
full
one of the
noodles.
coolest things during the early reveals.
The only way you could do the noodles well is if you maybe did like 3 out of 5 rounds to have a better chance of it happening.
It's so hard
because the only way it works is if both players have to win a round and they both have to get knocked out on the left side.
No, you could do it in.
You could do it in the 3rd round, but you'll never be walking around with the noodle cup.
Because you could have round one, like you knock the wall out. Round 2, you get noodles.
Right, but then the game would be over. You don't get to see them.
No, the other person could win.
Well, that's what I mean. So both people have to win one round, and both of them have to get knocked on the left side.
That's
to
not
get the
unfeasible.
noodles on the... Well, yeah, it happens, but it's just hard.
Yeah, it's very unlikely.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The transitions do not affect stage length. In fact, when you go through the wall on that stage, they cut off the right side.
Yeah.
There's no more bus.
Yeah, exactly. Also, apparently Street Fighter V, if you love this high-quality, well-made one-player experience, it is for sale on the PSN right now with the Deluxe Edition, which comes with the Season Pass and the exclusive PS4 theme. Originally priced at $90, currently available for $54.
Ooh.
So, there you go.
Fancy. Sounds like a good time.
Which is kind of nice. I mean, you get all the characters that way because you get the Season Pass, so it's nice.
Ooh.
It's nice. Last Blade was just released on Steam.
Yeah, how was that?
Well, I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
I haven't played it yet, so I haven't tried it on Steam. I don't know if they have like an online or...
Last Blade 1? Or is it 2?
I thought it was 2.
That's what I thought.
Last classic, and
it's just the last blade.
It just says last blade. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Call me when it's last blade 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Is David there? No, I'm waiting for last blade 2. All right, I'll call later.
King of Fighters has announced that they are going to have a world championship coming in 2017.
Oh, sweet.
So King of Fighters 14, they're going to try to do their own Capcom Cup next year. So I think that's super cool, and that's
great.
a great way to keep the
Very fun
flames burning to fight. So
Yeah.
that didn't really work out.
I don't know if that's cooler than Rise Up or not. It's hard to say. Rise Up, you can make a lot of cool jokes about it.
Yeah, but Burn to Fight is just like such bad English that it's like kind of.
I feel like that's an 80s song.
Yeah, you're right.
Like Rise Up
Burn to Fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, Rise Up, you can just make fun of it. And it's kind of funny.
Yeah. I've made a bunch of.
Dude, we could just invent that whole song right now. I feel like
Burn to
we
Fight.
could just sing the lyrics immediately. They already exist.
Yeah, I
in your mind.
know, right? Exactly. It's like some encouraging, like glamour, like hair rock band.
Yep, it's like it's over a training montage.
Yeah, exactly. Of
Game
course,
looks like it could have been made in the 80s, so it's like, oh!
big news, but
Boy.
maybe too late for some. Mortal Kombat XL is coming out on the PC. So those of you who like to play the game but want to stay all on PC, now is your opportunity to do so.
Yeah. I'm
lot
really
of-
happy about that.
I know a lot of people feel like it's too little too late. Like,
Let me tell you why it's important. It reminds me of the netcode fix that they did, where it's future.
Yes.
It's for the
yeah.
future. So the netcode fix
Injustice
was
2,
like,
right?
man, when Injustice 2
Injustice.
comes out, we'll have this netcode for it. Now it's like, all right, now we know how to make a video game on the PC, because we didn't before. So, like, boom. Dude, you know what, in my head, you know how this whole netcode thing went down? Like, Ed Boon was sitting at his desk, and he's just, like, Googling. He's like, what is rollback netcode? And he's like, wow, this seems really good. Why don't we have this? And he makes a phone call, and he's like, why don't we have this? And they're like,
Put
I don't know.
GPO in our game.
He's like, why don't you guys? I'm reading about this rollback thing, and it seems real good. Why don't you have it? They're like, I don't know. We could do it if you give us money. And he's like, well, our game only made $500 billion, so I'll give you $1 million to do it. And they're like, that's fine, Ed. And then they did it, and like it happened. That's probably exactly what happened.
And then he tweeted out, "We got GGPO in our game."
That's like literally probably what happened. Like,
you know what? I think you have a little bit more faith in Ed Boon than I do.
I feel like that's the gist of it, though. He just like was like, all right, why don't we do this?
He did confirm that this perhaps coming out with the PC launch is a new balance patch.
Yeah.
So they might actually nerf Alien, so we won't have Alien.
Could you imagine Alien buffs and they just drop the mic?
You should definitely play Injustice 2, is what that would be.
Yeah,
they buff Alien.
Don't play this
that
game.
would have been a better way to kill the old game than Capcom doing that Farewell Street Fighter 4 video.
What they're going to do is they're going to buff Alien and then revert the netcode to the old netcode and be like, buy Injustice 2. They're just out of there.
That would be the sickest thing
So the MK community is like all coming up with what they want the patches to be, which makes sense, but like a lot of them are silly, and it kind of pains me to say, but I'm pretty sure that's how the batches are gonna go.
Well,
it's not
okay,
gonna.
let
It's
me
like,
ask
look, Alien is not gonna be okay.
He's going to get demolished.
He's gonna be awful.
Right,
Yeah,
so
he's
here's
gonna
my
be
question.
sure.
Here's my question. Who is the character that's just bad enough to get buffs, but over buffed to the point where now they're going to be the top tier character?
Very interesting question.
Devora.
Could be Dvora.
Okay.
If you give, like, what if they just made like EX Stinger launch?
That's what Honeybee tweeted.
I know.
He's like, man, my EX Stinger thing is now plus and a launcher, and I was like, don't.
That would be
Don't
just
do
a
this.
terrible choice. I mean, it might be like her or Johnny or somebody who's like really good, but like
But see, that's what I mean. Like,
See, they're
not,
saying Kenshi? No, it's not
Kenshi
happening.
is not even that great, man.
not gonna
Like, he
happen.
needs some
right,
love
but see, that's what I mean.
significantly.
Like, the character that's not good, but still good enough that if they got the wrong buffs, that they're going to become the
Oh,
best.
man. I
Man,
can't wait to see how
if
they
that
screw
dude
it up.
hadn't done so well at Evo with Kotal Khan, would have been Kotal.
Oh, you think so?
That character's good right now, too.
That character's been good the whole time.
Yeah, there wasn't a point in the game.
what
since Ice
about-
Storm
what
where
He's always been good.
What if they buff Ferritor some more?
Yeah, they might buff Ferritor some more. Only one dude does work with him.
Right, and Ferritor I thought was good since the beginning.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I really like their character designs, and I really feel like they need to work on the balancing factor.
Well, this is a little bit older news. So
Let's
when
see.
King of Fighters 14 came out, everyone was sad because the netcode sucked.
Hmm.
But then they were like, hey, wait a second, when we play this team battle thing, the netcode works
good.
fine.
Yeah.
What's going on? And SNK was like, what is going on? And then they figured out. So a lot of people are like, wow, look how quickly SNK fixed their netcode. And they did it. There was a bug that made it not work properly.
Right.
They fixed that bug, and now it was to what it was supposed to be. So now apparently the netcode for KOF is like super good. I haven't had a chance to try it. I intended to stream it one time, but then that's when Sanchez was like, "I'm 2 blocks down. Let's play." And I
Yeah,
was like,
that's
okay.
way cooler than playing online.
Yeah,
definitely.
pretty much.
I've
I
been
got
watching Brad play it a lot. My roommate.
Oh yeah.
He loves this game.
Dude,
It's really fun,
I
man.
played it, and the thing that impressed me the most, honestly, was that when I played KOF 13, it just felt like I had to do that rushdown thing. You know,
Okay.
I had to play that way. Like every character was
Everybody
playing that
did.
way.
Yeah.
But when I was playing KOF 14 against Sanchez, like I was using, I picked Kenso because he's Chinese, or whatever. And he's not a rushdown character. He's a Sony.
Yeah.
He's a fireball
Fireball.
uppercut character, and it worked great. You know what I mean? Like I could win that way because it wasn't like the rushdown rewarded. The damage wasn't skewed towards the rushdown guy and everything.
Awesome.
So it felt really good, and it felt like it was closer to like Uniel Street Fighter feel.
That's what he
Then-
likes about it.
Yeah,
because he was not
yeah, he
feeling
played
Street
Under
Fighter.
Night.
Yeah, he played
Yeah,
Under
yeah,
Night, so he was not
uh-huh.
feeling Street Fighter as much. He's like the speed of the game was not what he wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like he got to play this game, he was like, "This is sick." Because
Yeah.
remember when Uniel came out, everybody was calling it like KOF like.
Yeah.
So then
uh-huh.
KOF comes out and he's like, "This is awesome." And I'm watching him play, and like the netcode seems good, and like the characters all seem pretty fun. And
Yeah.
he's like, every time I come home, he's like, "Hey man, you get KOF yet?" Like every time, I'm like, "Oh."
It's really
It's
good
so
game.
hard to. I'm just watching him play, and it looks so fun.
It's fun.
He's playing Chin, and Chin looks cool. I'm like, man, this drunken master character.
I
looks awesome.
was surprised at how much, and I enjoyed it because also the other thing too is it's the responsiveness of the controls is so good now.
Yeah.
Looks
It's
good.
not like it used to
Yeah, they
be
definitely
where it was
improved
just
it.
like
And the combos are fun to do. Like there's
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
some execution
and
in
there's
there.
execution,
For sure.
exactly, which makes me super happy about that.
Daimon
so.
is super cool.
Daimon.
Man, Chang is the butthole. Of,
Oh, Chang is so.
Yeah, he looks so bad.
Dude, I don't know what
like,
they did to him.
intentionally made bad. He's
Uh-huh.
like Third Strike Sean, where like they
Yeah.
designed him to not be good.
Dude,
It's
his
crazy.
crouching fierce, which hits like up, like most crouching fierces, like literally if you're standing right next to the guy, it just doesn't hit.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
crazy.
whips.
doesn't hit.
Yeah.
And then his towards
The
his
stand
standing
C,
just
that
doesn't-
thing is worse than Hugo's Toward Fierce ever was. It's
yeah,
crazy. I don't
It
understand
doesn't hit
it.
anything. I don't know.
I don't
what
Yeah,
you're
I don't know
understand
what's
it,
going
yeah.
on there. Character looks bad.
He
Yeah.
does look really terrible.
Looks
But I
really
mean, but whatever. A lot of characters are really interesting. They're
Yeah.
varied. It is a fast game.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it so far.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I know.
Also, Xanadu.
That character looks bonkers.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he looks so
Dude.
cool.
Hilarious.
Running through stuff and grabbing people.
Dude, have you
that
seen
character looks
you've seen
hilarious.
his crouching idle animation, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks
Where
cool.
He just
turns
sits
and
there,
looks
he's
at
like,
That character looks dope.
Dude, he is the craziest thing ever.
He looks really funny, which is cool. Like I like it when games allow their characters to be funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're not like our
Well,
game
they-
is so
they-
serious. There can't be funny characters.
I just like the fact that they took weird chances with that
Yeah.
game. So like Mien is like the most
Yeah.
mind-blowingly interesting
So
character.
that character I'm playing. I originally was playing Nako because I thought that I could zone with her, but
Right.
that's not really. I mean, she can, but like
Right,
she's
right,
better
right,
played
right,
differently.
right.
So I'm playing as Mian just to like be obnoxious,
Yeah,
just to like
pester, right?
She's so
just
hard
to stay
hit.
away,
She's-
just
she's-
like literally to run away, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm in your face and whatever, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
Like,
She's gonna
character
take a
looks
while to learn, but I
Yeah.
think once you do, she's gonna
High
be
ceiling.
like Reynold was playing her
Yes, I
and
saw
being
that.
really irritating with that character.
I
But
saw
like
that.
Angel, like her chain
Yeah.
sequence is really weird. You know, they just chose to do some interesting things in this
Yeah.
game. You know, Xanadu is just like this weird character.
yeah,
He's fun,
and
dude.
like at the same time, there's like characters that you like
Yeah,
like Maxima is like the same ass dude, and that's
Yeah.
I like him a lot, so that's totally cool with me.
Yeah, all the same characters.
You know?
The
There's
characters
there's
that do the
this-
same kind of things.
Yeah, they're there, but then there's also these like totally
Right.
If you want to do
Exactly.
Sweep Fireball, you play like there's like a couple characters. You just do that. And it's
Yeah.
like the style. There's a lot of characters like that.
I really like the game. I already kind of liked it, and then when I played it, like I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy it that
Yeah.
much, but when I played it, I was like, I really like this game.
Yeah,
with
game
you.
was cool.
Yeah. Also, so Shadow Loads mode for Killer Instinct is coming out on the 20th. You had the ability to sign up early for it. That was earlier in the month, last
Yeah,
week. So
I mean the patch is next Tuesday is
Yeah,
when it
it's
is,
coming
and I
out
think
on
that's
the
when the
20th.
balance changes are all supposed to hit.
Right.
This is like the big 3.4 patch. This
Right,
is supposed to be
right.
the big shake 'em up patch where
Oh,
everything
wow.
changes.
Are those changes announced yet?
No, we don't know what they are yet. I'm very curious because
Interesting.
there have been like little things. They're like, yeah, Gargos is gonna be harder to run away. They've like
Right.
given us little things like
Makes
Sadira's
sense.
getting a new combo trait and like we don't
Oh.
know what it is. So there's like
Oh,
stuff like that.
really?
They've announced things like that, but like all the changes, we have no idea, and we have no idea how big the extent of the patch is. And I saw a combo video for this character today.
Oh, my is
man.
out in Dead or
Alive.
Alive. Came out today.
What?
Yeah, so
I totally missed this.
You didn't know?
No.
Okay, yeah. So now they have.
She fits that game
Yeah,
like
she
a
does.
T. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. She fits a game like TNA. So yeah. So,
Wow. Good work.
In
James.
addition,
well, that actually just killed what my thought process completely. So,
Yeah, your mind's distracted. It's
Mission
fair.
accomplished.
Exactly. But she's in there, so now it's not just Virtua Fighter characters. Because remember, Jackie, Sarah, Akira in this game. They added Mai in there, so she came out today.
Wow.
So you can pick her up.
What is next?
Apparently,
What-
she has a cheerleader outfit. Wow. Okay. Well.
What do you mean? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I
That's-
know,
That's
right.
the whole reason she's in there.
Also,
If that's like her least lewd outfit, I'd be very surprised.
what's that?
If that's the least lewd outfit they do,
Yeah,
I'd
I
be very
know,
surprised.
right? I mean, she's got to have a swimsuit. Something,
Of course,
right?
and like
So-
a bunny outfit. It's like every character has that. Even the
Yeah, I
guys.
know.
Is
The
there guys
weird
in
part
that
is
game?
like whenever you see like
There are guys in
all
that
the
game,
female
yeah.
characters fighting and they're all in bikinis, I can't tell the difference between them anymore. It's
Dude, I'm totally with you. I don't know. I can't tell.
I'm glad it's not just me. Then.
No, man. I mean, it doesn't help that I don't know anything about any of the characters.
Right. And there's that Asian girl, and then there's the other Asian girl, and then there's the white girl, and then there's
Isn't
the
there
other
like a
Asian
robot
girl.
or something?
I don't know. I thought that was Tekken, right?
Well, it is, but isn't there like a robot character or something?
I know nothing about the
Some hardware news. Brook releases an updated firmware for the PS4 firmware version 4.0. So if you are one of the many people out there who uses a Brooks adapter on your PlayStation 4, they have an updated firmware. So you might want to pick that up and make sure that it works with the new PlayStation update. And then also, I wanted to read this before I got to it, but I didn't get a chance to. But there's a channel here. Which channel is this one? This is, I guess it's Shoryuken Tube, I guess. So user/Shoryuken Tube. But there's actually a video that talks about how to get, so basically it says that you can use this PC Street Fighter V guide to get any stick or pad working for Street Fighter V.
Yeah, lets you like map the controls or whatever.
Yeah, and just like what drivers you need to download for stuff like that.
Ah, very nice.
So, which is really cool. Yeah. So if you guys if you guys are having trouble getting your joystick working on the PC version of Street Fighter V, go to Shoryuken.com and look up the Street Fighter V guide to get any stick or pad working on there, and that should lead you right there.
It's funny that it has that like vanilla Mad Catz T, and that's what I use, and like you just plug it in and it works.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
right?
just a 360 stick.
The original one worked the best, so
Yeah.
yeah. That's just the one I still use.
Yeah, me too.
Well, actually, not anymore because now I have a PS4 stick because everything's on PS4, right?
Definitely still do not have
Well,
a
I
PS4
don't.
stick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Not in there.
Yeah, I probably won't. Unless I need to.
Yeah, I don't
Unless,
either.
like some developer comes out, but everybody uses Lab Zero's
Right,
drivers now.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, obviously with varying degrees of
Yeah,
convenience,
but,
but they still use it. So.
Don't
all
want it.
Lots of really cool community things because we've skipped the past couple of weeks. So lots of neat things here going on.
Let's hit it.
First of all, Guilty Gear Crash Course series of videos is continuing forward by Novril Tataki. Novril Tataki, you can check him out at youtube.com/NOVRILTATAKI. And this one is about instant blocking. So the latest episode is about instant blocking and why it's useful and how to get good at it. So there you go. Also, our man Sejam here
Oh yeah, I did that.
got to celebrate the 200th episode of Killer Instinct Rough Sets with the special first to 10, and you did commentary on it. This is the sets that were played by Base, right?
Yeah, Base versus Sea Dragon. So that's second and third place at Evo. And they played it first to 10 online. And they played on this new Gargo stage, and I can't tell what the hell was happening during the whole set. I don't know where the corners are in that stage because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
And it's like Final Destination, but you can't tell when it ends.
Right.
I literally said in the video like it was like Cinder versus somebody, and I was like Fox versus Sheik, Final Destination. Here we go. I can't tell what's happening. It's like impossible. But yeah, check out Base's channel. All kinds of cool content on there, and he posted a Street Fighter. He's posting Street Fighter stuff on there too.
Is your commentary on the Basis channel?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
so
on
if you go to that video, it's the video opens, and I'm like, "What's up? Here we are. Let's do it."
Okay, cool.
It's me,
Sweet.
so.
There you go.
It's you. Fantastic.
It's actually David. But
Also, LCD and UA Base are also doing a new Killer Instinct podcast, apparently.
Oh,
so
nice.
they have a...
well, it's like a one-time thing.
Oh, this is just a one-time thing? Oh, okay. So they did
a State of KI.
State of KI podcast.
I'll check that out.
So,
cool. Thanks.
yeah, you can check this out. This is also on YouTube. Just do a search for State of KI podcast. That should lead you to the right videos. So
Sweet.
You can listen to them talk about that.
I did my own version of that today on my Twitch channel.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll check that out too.
Significantly better.
Desk was actually messing around a little bit. You know how like you can hold left and right on the controllers and stuff happens? He actually found a way to make that useful in Street Fighter V.
This video was absurd.
This is pretty sick, actually.
Okay.
So what he actually figured out was that like when Cammy does EX dive and a stand jab, if you hold the sides on both controllers, forward always takes precedence over walking backwards.
Oh,
So
I see.
once you start walking under them, your
I
character
see.
does this, and there's like just no way, and like you don't know what side you're ending up, they don't know what side you're ending up, so it's
Right.
like a true 50. You don't even you can't even guess. You know what I mean? Like you can't even like be like.
Correct, you have to just guess.
Yeah, you can't, or you can't even be like last time he crossed up. This time I think he's gonna do it again because
It just ends up with one
it's
side or
just
the other.
like you just see the character go.
Can you just do this?
So if you're,
Side switch over and over?
holding left and right,
on the pad,
yeah,
on the pad. So one on
then
analog.
forward always takes precedence.
Yeah.
What if you hold right and left?
They
Is it
both
the same
count as
thing?
forward. Yeah,
Okay.
they both count as forward. So because one of them is going to be holding right, one of them is going to be
Yeah,
holding
I
left.
just wonder if it's
So,
the
yeah.
opposite.
It's super hilarious.
Yeah,
I was
but
watching it on
it's
the
I
good.
just wonder if there's a way to make it always block.
Oh yeah. No, he was testing that and he couldn't get it to
No,
work.
that's why it always goes
But,
to forward,
yeah,
so that way you can't block.
You don't even actually 50-50 yourself because you just do it when they land stand medium punch and you're like, hey, let me hit confirm this easy to hit confirm combo.
Yep.
It's just only the guy in the air that has
Yeah, he
problems.
did it off like Cammy X dive kick, and you just
Yeah.
jab, and you just under, and then yeah, it just happens.
Yeah.
Sick.
It was
man.
he like slow mo's it and like literally the character's just like going like this weird. But
was
the
awesome.
the funny thing that he actually did show was that he'd made Dalsum air teleport and he had Ibuki do it under Dalsum and Dalsum keeps turning around after the air teleport. So he actually auto corrects depending on the side that you're on. Really
I guess I knew
interesting.
that. Yeah.
It was very, very funky. This video is really cool.
Yeah.
Desk finds the craziest, coolest things. He was like, man, I can't find any more crazy combos in this game, so
Yeah,
now I have to find like these crazy game mechanics.
Almost guaranteed it'll work on hitbox, right? Oh no!
it shouldn't, right?
The hitbox has that. The board is done in a way
yeah,
that if you push two of them at the same time, the like second one like wins or something.
And
like
this works
that.
because you can use both D-pad and analog on
Yeah,
that. That's the
on
reason
the
it works.
PlayStation
So I guess
4,
if you had a... There shouldn't be another way to do it, right?
I mean, you could wire up the hitbox however you want,
Yeah,
but if you
yeah,
buy
yeah.
it from the actual hitbox hooks, then
Right.
you-
Oh, okay. Right plus left is a neutral state.
Neutral, so
according to
you get
Wasik,
them.
Gotcha.
To
Yeah.
Wasik. Also, Kore Gaming came out with another video. Of course,
These guys are the
Gerald.
best. Yeah.
Gerald is awesome. I mean, it's literally one guy who's doing a lot of stuff here.
Dude, he is the best.
Gerald does great stuff. He did a video on frame data and like hitbox priority and stuff like that to kind of talk about what makes a move overpowered and stuff like that in very basic general terms.
He uses like real world
Yeah,
examples. So he shows like a UFC fight, and he shows like a person doing a high kick, and is like showing like here's the startup of it,
Yeah.
and then the hitbox,
That's awesome.
and then recovery
Yeah.
frames, and it's like, and then he's like, and here's Ryu standing roundhouse now, and it's like startup,
That's very
hitbox,
cool.
recovery. It's
And-
like super
and
great.
It's just really well edited. That's
Yeah.
the thing. He
Right.
uses a lot of clips and stuff like
But he
that.
uses
so.
like a baseball swing.
Yeah,
as, like,
the
an example.
FADC baseball was amazing.
That was sick.
Yeah.
But he uses like a baseball swing, right? So it's like
Okay.
start up, and then like it's like active frames, and then it's like recovery.
And he's like,
on
you
the way
can
back.
cancel the recovery. So this is what baseball would look like if you could FADC a baseball swing.
So he, like,
And
hits
so
it, and then
boom,
just-
and the guy's just like running already.
He even did the yellow flash.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
It was,
That's awesome.
It was
It's really
amazing. It was amazing, dude.
That's
But
really
yeah,
cool.
check
All
that
right.
out. You can see that at youtube.com/. Oh, does he not have a official channel name? Just look up core-a space gaming
Yeah.
on YouTube and you will find it. And this one is called Analysis: What Makes a Move Overpowered.
If you haven't seen it yet, you should watch his Evo videos. They're really good.
Yeah,
All the
yeah,
content
yeah.
on this channel is crazy, but
Yeah,
he
he-
did a 3D Evo video.
It was a 360 Evo video.
Right, so it's like he has a camera that records all around him. So he just walks around the Evo venue, and you could
yeah.
you
While
can
you're
look
watching the
around in the
video,
video.
you drag it and you can turn
See
it
the whole
around.
venue.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
It's really, really awesome. So if you didn't get a chance to Evo, it's really cool to watch it because you could like this is what it looks like. And if you
Yeah,
did
yeah.
go, it's super awesome because you get to see it in like all these
yeah,
different
very
angles.
cool. Okay.
I was like, hey, I'm in this video in this part, right? And I like 360'd because there was a match happening, and it was like, boom, there I was, and I was like, I know exactly where I was. It was super sick.
Right.
That's crazy.
So Ian to the Max has been continuing the casuals articles on Red Bull Esports after Bizarro Mike has left. Latest one that he did was of Nerd Josh. Really, really long time member of the community, really cool guy.
Yes.
So I recommend checking that out. He's such an interesting guy to talk to about fighting games.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
He's kind of like he's like that Viscant kind of person that when you talk to, it's just like everything they say is just like it's like, oh my god.
He's like such an encyclopedia.
Yeah, it's crazy.
More than almost anybody else I know.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff there. Also, Red Bull, they did a cultivation series for Snake Eyes. They're doing now one for Leffen, and I know they've had a couple of videos out now. I think it's like 2 or 3 videos for his cultivation series. So if you want to know more about this guy who's been causing a lot of drama in the fighting game.
Have you watched it?
I haven't seen any of it yet, no.
I've definitely watched it.
What did you think?
It's alright. I like Snake Eyes' videos more. Because he's actually, like, you know, traveling and going to events and doing stuff. And Leffen's situation is like, I can't go anywhere. So that's how it is.
Okay, you're right.
Okay,
yeah, so it's like, Leffen's like, my visa's still not working.
Yeah.
And
then they're like, so let's talk about his background some more. And it's like, there's only so much you can get from it. Because to me, my favorite thing is really produced content for anything. Like, I like, so TSM does, like, this Legends series where it's like, they do that. And, like, so any kind of produced content like this, I'm a huge fan. So I like Core 8 gaming videos. And, like, these are cool, too, so I'll watch them. But it's like, there's no meat, right? There's just, like...
He's kind of stuck,
there's, like, interviewing people who played him. And he's like, yeah, 2 years ago we played at this tournament, and it was great. And I'm like, oh, what about now? It sucks.
It does suck, yeah.
There is some bad news in the Smash Brothers scene is that Hacks, one of the pro Melee players, is having really, really bad news about his wrist situation. Kind of, a lot of other players in Smash have gone through this, most notably Mewtwo King. I know it was PPMD had a different problem. Didn't have to do with the wrist. Okay, but yeah, obviously the GameCube controller not meant to be used the way that players use it. I actually saw who was the player that I saw that is going to and it's like a prominent Smash player is entering a Smash tournament with the Smash box.
I mean,
TPU.
Oh, really?
Yes.
QQU?
Shout
Okay, yeah.
To Kevin. We talked at PAX about
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, because he was up at PAX, so
okay,
me and Spencer and him and Steve hung out. But he streamed himself playing on the Smash hitbox, the Smash box, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Because I know how to use a hitbox.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is so
Dude,
sick.
you can do so many cheater things.
And so, like, he was saying, he's like, yeah, my hands are kind of tired. And so, like, him and SFAT are, like, the best team in Smash, right? They're the best melee team. So they're entering a tournament together in teams, and he's playing on the Smash box.
Sick.
And SFAT's playing on controller, so hopefully they win. Right? 'Cause he's like, all right, I gotta try to carry this. But
really cool.
dude, there's some stuff he was doing where he's like, yeah, I can do this easier on the Smash box.
Some people say he's playing right now with the Smash box. So.
Yeah,
it was
at
today.
the Foundry. He's playing today.
See,
He was streaming it, and I tweeted out the stream, and I was watching it, and Dustin was in there telling him stuff about the hitbox. It was super sick.
If you want a long term, if you expect Melee to continue for the next 5 or 10 years, and
those fools' hands are gonna fall off.
I just don't see any. I mean, like we've already talked about the hitbox, where it's just like pro Street Fighter players should be moving to this because it's just the best controller out there, right?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, for Smash, it doesn't even matter. Like I don't even care if it's better or not in terms of what you can do. It's just the fact that you're not gonna kill yourself using this thing.
Like,
I think is super important.
Like I've always thought that controller was terrible for long term gameplay. It's fun to hold like temporarily, but not long term.
Your hands cramp.
And but I was surprised to have talked about it with Smash players, with Melee players, and they all have said the same thing. Yeah, I'm used to it. It's what I use, but it's a really badly designed game. They will say it.
They've been playing on it for like 10 years now. Their hands are messed up.
And they can't. They're too scared to change over because obviously you're gonna see your performance take a huge dip as you start. I mean, that's what Clockwork did when he first started playing Marvel, but now he's winning again, right?
Yeah.
So. I just think it's the right course of action. Like Mewtwo King, like he should probably learn to play on this controller. You know what I mean?
Probably.
It could save his hands.
Anyway, so Hacks, what he's told that he has a calcified flexor carpi ulnaris in his forearm. Dang, that's the ulna, I guess. That is.
It sounds disgusting because it's so hard to pronounce, dude.
Whatever
it's
it is.
only worsened in the last 2.5 years. Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that.
And he said that he has pain in his hands not when he's playing Melee, it's like when he's walking around everyday life, he has pain in his hands.
Well, I know that feeling. So I mean, it's definitely it's a different issue than what I have, but like I don't know. I just like feel bad about it on a personal level because I know it totally sucks to have constant pain in these little guys and to not be able to play video games. He's better at Melee than I was at Street Fighter for sure, but you know, it's bad news. So I really feel bad for him.
Hopefully, I mean, he can figure out something, or maybe he can try using the Smashbox if he really wants.
I mean, if he just has pain in his hands in
it
general,
might be too late.
It's
too late.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot.
But also in the Smash community, Zero, of course, one of the best Smash Wii U players, continues to put out content, videos on how to beat characters. So he has a video on how to beat Meta Knight. He has a video on how to beat Mario. And also the Beefy Smash Dudes, which is a group that used to put out a lot of good Smash content.
Okay.
Apparently they turned themselves into an esports team, and they're going to start sponsoring players and sending people to events now.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
good stuff.
Anti got sponsored by Immortals.
Yes, that's right.
That was some big Smash news
that's
too.
Really cool.
That's right. Yeah, so they've picked up a couple of Smash players already. Also,
there it is.
It
Okay.
is. Anti joins the Immortals as the first Smash Brothers player. So.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nice work.
So that's all that I had. Did you still want to talk about Tokyo Game Show?
Sure, but also Lud got sponsored.
By
NS.
NS.
Oh, did we mention that? Oh, yeah, we did. That's right. Yeah, okay.
Earlier.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm super
I have the brackets right here.
Just want to hop into it?
Yeah. I haven't really looked up into them yet.
Yeah, I have them here too.
Washing my hands.
Okay.
I ate that pizza.
You got it.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Is there anything? Have you looked into it yet?
I have not had a chance. I completely forgot to look into
I know
it.
there's like a bracket that has Ata and Christina.
Well, I mean, if we look at
gnarly, man.
If we look at Pool 1,
Gutex is in there.
Haitani and Gutex are in that one.
Let's go, Goots.
Pool 2.
Lord Goots.
I mean, the hardest. Oh, Kyabetsu is in there. Kyabetsu is in there. Gamerby is in there.
Oh, that's pretty solid.
The pools for Tokyo Game Show are just absurd.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some that are just disgusting.
And don't forget, I mean, Tokyo Game Show is always where a player who, like, was kind of good always gets a chance to shine. 2 years ago was Peppadai. Last year was
Daisho,
Seth player.
right?
Daisho.
But you know, this time in this pool you have Goichi, Gonzalez, the Seth player, and Peter Susini. Flash is in this pool.
Dang.
These pools are pretty.
And these are small. These are 8 people each.
What is 16?
8 people each. 8 people each.
Yeah. 2, 4.
Oh,
you're right.
So people, if they want to check this out, go to Beast APAC, BEASTAPAC.challenge.com, and you'll find all of them here.
Sen is out there, huh? Sen Chang?
Yeah, so Pool 4, Shen Cheng is out there.
Wow, Shen Chang entered as Shen Chang?
I know, right?
Whoa.
That's
Crazy.
I'm surprised he didn't enter as John Choi.
Taking the James Chen approach.
Or Bucktooth or something like that, right? So...
Nishkin
also,
Nishkin.
I haven't seen that guy play much Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, that's true.
High
Buffy was really good too as well.
I've heard
right?
the name, yeah.
High Buffy is
Buffy is a Korean player, right?
Oh,
that
is
sounds
he?
right,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
He's a Korean player. Played with
I've
Punko
definitely
all the time.
heard the name a bunch of times.
Plays with
before.
Punko and Punko streams.
Here, let me also do one more thing here.
The Feely is out there.
Yeah. I've seen him talking about
Is that his first trip to Japan?
I believe it
no
is.
Probably losing.
And then EBI, the Hakan, now playing.
Birdie?
I think it's Birdie. Yeah.
Okay. That was my guess, right?
I think you're right. I think
Birdie,
that's what it is.
Aqua.
High Buffy is.
You might as well just put it on the old stream.
Oh yeah,
you put it
that's
up on
true.
the,
Good
put
call,
the old
good
things
call.
up there.
I forgot. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go. So this is Pool 7, which has
Rock
Aqua in there.
Yeah,
Rock
on
Pond.
streams a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And again, the worst part about this, all these players here are probably like super good and well known, and we just don't know the names, or we just can't remember who they are.
This tournament's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or there's going to be somebody like Peppadai who like shows up.
Right,
It's like,
exactly.
Oh, yeah, I'm amazing.
Pool 8,
Alucard made it?
Alucard is out there. Sako is in that
Wow.
pool as
Yo.
well. Sasori is out there.
What a pool.
Interesting. That is a strong
I didn't know
pool.
Alucard was going.
Yeah, that's
that
really
is
great.
cool. Pool 9 has Gachkun. That's the only.
Who's got a sick Rashid?
Yeah, it's the only player that I recognize here. Someone says in one of the previous pools, Haridashi uses Bison. I'm curious to see how that's going to go. So this pool, this is pool 10.
Oh, Jobin.
Dude, when he was in that team tournament and he had Daigo on his team, the sickest thing was watching him do just the most absurd things, and Daigo was just dying. He thinks it's like the funniest thing he's ever seen.
For sure.
It's like, I'm so happy this fool's on my team.
Yeah.
Look how many pools there are.
It's like 20-something pools, right?
32
pools. Jeez.
Yeah, so in
Chris
pool
T.
11, Chris Tatarian. Can't believe
Dora.
Chris Tatarian made it to Japan before I did. I'm so mad about
He got you.
Eita's in here as well.
And
Dora Bang.
Dora
Dora.
Bang.
Oh, yeah, Dora Bang. Okay.
That pool is crazy.
Black Eye Dora Bang, yeah. Then in pool 12, we've got MOV. And I don't recognize any of the other names.
Yeah.
Daifunka.
Got him.
Julio Fuentes in pool 13.
Yay.
Machabo.
Oh, Machabo. Oh, cool.
Machabo, yeah, also in pool 13.
Yeah, the whole Trinity's out there.
In pool 14, we've got Tachikawa's in this pool and Oliver Ling.
He made it, huh?
Oliver.
Yeah,
Shouts
Oliver.
to him.
Well,
He's gonna win the whole thing.
Dude, he said like, what was it like?
Vanao, the third strike Ryu player's in there. Sick.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Gotta be playing.
But Oliver said like he got on the plane to go to Japan, and before they took off, he managed to fall asleep. And he woke up after like sleeping for a while. He was like, I wonder how far we are. Like they were delayed. He hadn't even left.
Oh,
he was
that's
so mad,
tough.
dude. He was so mad.
By the way, I played against him a bunch recently. He's really good.
Yeah.
He
Well,
plays a bunch of characters.
before Evo, he was only focusing on Marvel because he really wanted to win Marvel at Evo.
Yeah.
And as soon as Evo finished, then he was like, now time to
Street
grind
Fighter.
Street Fighter.
What did he get? Did he get ninth again?
Yeah, I think so.
God, it sucks.
Yukadon in pool 15.
Sweet.
I don't recognize any of the other guys.
Is this
Otafu.
a Yorick?
Otafu,
No,
I've
Yorick.
Otafu, I'm pretty sure I recognize the name. In pool 16, Brian Papa. Oh yeah, he did make it out there.
Really? He's playing Inko first round.
He's the
Wow, that's hilarious.
he's the ST guy. He
Yeah,
plays
sure.
Balrog in ST. Yeah, I remember him talking about that. He was making it out there. KSK is in here too. Koichi, not Goichi. The other the Koichi is in here.
Inko is in there too.
Yeah,
That should be a
Inko's in
sick
there.
pool.
Yeah, that's really strong.
Man.
And we haven't even hit any of the Magos or Daigos or Tokido. Or
People were saying they
Gonchan.
couldn't find Tokido in any of the pools.
Really?
Yeah, so Tokido might not actually even be
How
in the
about
event.
that?
So, let's see here.
Kenneth Bradley.
There it is.
Kazunoko and K-Brad.
Dang.
Cammy,
Wait,
Cammy.
So Eita and Chris Tier in one pool and Kazunoko and K-Brad.
Dang,
I know, couldn't you like swatch
Character
K-Brad and
Chris,
Chris? Yeah,
right?
just like, oh man.
That's
so
crazy.
crazy.
Okay.
God, this
Okay.
is, which do we know what this is going to be streamed on? Is it gonna
Capcom
be,
Fighters, right?
Is it
'Cause
Capcom? Oh, it's a premiere event. Oh,
so
dude.
it should be on Capcom
God, I'm
Fighters.
so in this. Oh,
Yeah, I can't wait.
watching this.
It should be good.
Oh man. Dako is in here.
Ooh, Pugera's in there.
Pugera's in here. This is pool 18.
I'm not traveling this weekend. I'm just gonna sit home and watch.
Well,
Tokyo
we have the Vanguard event.
Yeah,
Vanguard's on
yeah,
Saturday,
yeah.
but I'll have it open on the phone.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, great move by Southern California player Pugera. I mean,
Dude, you know when PL was playing Sonic Fox in that exhibition was during SCR Prelude last year, and me and Rip were totally just doing this on commentary,
Dude,
watching it.
even the ST, the EXEST event, I had Oz Hado on.
yeah.
I was watching grand finals with like Gamer-B and stuff
Wow.
like that. So
Wow,
Ramasama and Abigen.
Abigen could be second round matchup. That's very funny.
Oh man, you know what? So the way that this tournament
right.
worked was that when you had to sign up for it, and they had to choose 256 players to go
I mean,
into
it was by lot, right? And I
Right,
think it
but
was-
I think they got to pick a little bit
Oh, did
because like almost every U.S. foreign player who entered made it in.
L.I. Joe's gonna be in the bracket.
Yeah,
somewhere, right?
and so really shout outs to the TGS crew for allowing a lot of these
Interesting.
U.S. players to make it in here.
I know,
think
it'd be
it's so
big
cool.
shout outs to them if they just did a normal bracket. That'd be cool.
yeah,
but,
big
you
shout outs
Yeah,
to them.
exactly.
So this is where Brent is.
Yeah, Brent.
This is where Umezono is. That's cool.
Okay. Next
Third
is pool
strike.
21. Ricky Ortiz,
Hanayama, huh?
Hanayama.
Tompi.
Tompi is there.
Do you even know who Tompi plays in 5?
Was
I
it
don't-
Laura?
I don't.
I am not sure.
Oh, I might. That
I don't
sounds
remember.
right.
I know I've seen Tommy play. I just
Yeah.
can't think.
Oh, here we go. Daigo,
Ooh.
Storm Kubo, and Raiketsu.
Yo, that's
so cool.
unreasonable. Daigo versus Storm Kubo could be second round. Dang.
Jeez, this is crazy.
Unless
Oh, Joe is
Mike
not
and
playing.
Kazushi.
Someone says.
We're
in
gonna
the
leave
chat.
early because of work. Dang,
Yeah.
that sucks.
That's too bad.
In pool 23, we have Bonchan. Don't recognize any of the other names. In pool 24, we have Sonic.
Sonic is there. All right.
Nice.
Oh, Muteki Guile, yes.
Oh, that's him,
Guile,
Muteki
yeah,
Guile.
Muteki.
Super Turbo Muteki
Yes,
Guile.
Super Turbo Muteki Guile.
There's footage of him playing online against like a
there
bunch,
is.
like
He's
Tokyo,
really
right?
good, dude.
Yeah,
He's
very
really good.
I gotta go look up this footage, dude.
Yeah,
I gotta go
he's
look up
sick.
this footage.
He's really good.
Someone's saying Tombi plays
Muteki Guile.
Chun-Li.
Oh yeah, he does play Chun.
Oh, that
right.
makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
He was giving Tokyo the business in this set I saw.
Alright, so
All
here's
right.
the last four.
So I know there are a couple more Americans in there.
Yeah.
They gotta be in the last pools.
Indeed.
So pool 25, we have
Mago.
Mago.
Man,
here.
if Justin was in this
Yo,
pool too.
Punko is in there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right,
So
yeah,
Mago.
really, yeah.
Punko.
Right now, like all the characters
The
matching
character
up.
kills.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Justin's gotta be in the bracket somewhere too.
Oh yeah, of course. Pool 26.
Nemo.
Nemo is
Crusher.
in here.
Ugh, Nasser.
Nasser's here.
Crusher versus Nasser.
First
Yo,
round.
Nasser has played against Birdie a lot.
Yeah, he could do it.
Oh,
Man,
like
that would-
LPN,
wouldn't that be
yeah.
the most absurd thing? Man, Nasser makes it out of this pool and winners.
Like,
He
they're-
beats Crusher and Nemo. If he's on a good day.
I was just gonna say you can never count Nasser out. He's the kind of guy who
Dude,
he
yeah,
lives and dies by the sword.
But yeah,
Yeah.
here's the thing though. I feel like Japanese players are better at fighting that because of the single elimination
Because
stuff.
they all play first to one, single
Yeah.
elim, and they've played a bunch of Nassers before.
but
that's
yeah,
how
no,
I-
the point still stands.
American
for sure.
Jobin.
Yeah,
I always want to think about
American
Nasser like that
Jobin.
because I've played him online a bunch myself, and whenever I lose to him, I always think I'm such an
dumbest,
idiot.
right?
I can't believe I had it. But I see other really good players
Yeah,
get hit by it too. So all right, man, good work to you.
Filipino man lost to him at one of the tournaments. He beat Haitani, and then like the next round lost to Nasser.
Nasser,
Yeah, I'm
At like one of the first
He could
tournaments.
It was
always-
like West Coast Warzone or
It
something.
was like
that,
one of the very
yeah,
first. It was like one of the very first premier events. It was
Pool
like a final round or
27 has Dogura and Onuki.
Big Dan Mole.
There's a snake here, but I don't think that's Snake Eyes. So that's,
Yeah, I don't know if he's going or not.
I'm not
yeah.
sure. Oh, Nuki.
yeah.
So
Onuki.
Yo, what if it's Nuki versus Snake Eyes first round? That'd be kind
That would be crazy.
Pool 28 is Cien.
of okay.
And Magical
Girl
Zangitan.
Zangitan. Yes, Mahou Shoujo Zangitan.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
you go. Oh yeah, Maji Shoujo. Okay, yeah. I didn't for some reason. I didn't. Okay, yeah.
That's the only reason I know the phrase magical girl.
There's the Nabashi.
Guilty.
And
Yeah,
Guilty.
Guilty made it.
Oh,
Yeah.
John Takeuchi is in
What?
this pool.
Yo, she, by the way, I've talked with her briefly about this pool. Did you see this pool she has?
Yeah.
Where she has like the world's greatest Geef and Rashid
Yeah.
in the same bracket.
Dude,
It's
Yeah.
gonna
doesn't
be really
Rashid
tough.
blow up Dulcim pretty badly?
It's not an easy match.
Because Takeuchi, when he posted up his matchup charts, I think he put
Heavy
Dulcim as
advantage
his
Dulcim.
easiest.
Yeah.
His easiest.
Oh, he did,
Yeah,
you're right,
He put
yeah.
that as the easiest.
Yeah,
game.
the matchup's no fun.
Yeah.
Ah, well, I'm really interested to see how she does.
Okay, here we go. Justin Wong in pool 30.
Shiro?
Ooh.
And Shiro is
Who
in
plays
here.
Nash.
Evans.
Oh, really?
Evans.
Shiro
is-
plays Nash from what I've seen.
Huh.
Such a weird pick for him, I think, but
Yeah.
He's played Ryu in the past.
Has he? Okay.
yeah.
Okay, previous game.
But compared to like an Abel pick, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Pool 31 has Abao.
About, yeah.
Isn't it
Nanshi,
Nanshi?
yeah, is a familiar name as well. But I mean, like, I could make the comment like this one doesn't seem as strong as the other two.
Who
Like,
knows, right?
Who knows? Like,
Someone could win the
dude,
tournament from this
UMR Duke is just gonna come and just like blow everyone up with Laura or M Bison.
pool. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't know.
This is the tournament where an M Bison is gonna kill everyone, just
I
like
hope
Fuerte
so.
and just
I
like
hope
you
so.
know, like it's just gonna happen. And then finally in pool 32 we have Kindebu.
Ooh.
I wonder who he probably got to play like
Stanek is a name that I've recognized, but
Yeah, he'd probably play Chan.
Chan,
That
right?
seems right, yeah.
oh yeah, Kindebu always plays
Plays
the
the good
dirtiest.
characters.
cheap
Yeah.
execution. Fun.
For sure. I don't know about
So,
that.
but
So no
Kindebu's the
Tokido
name.
in this, huh?
Yeah, so
Isn't
I don't.
Yoshibiki somebody who I know? I feel like it is.
Yushibiki, and I feel like Stanek is somebody that I've heard of before as well. But no infiltration, no Tokido.
Oh, and Lowland Lions somebody? Is that what that is at the bottom there?
Oh yeah, it looks like it. Altot, it looks like. So
Alrighty.
Should be an
this is a
absurd
premiere
tournament.
event. This is a premiere event. This should be streamed on Capcom Fighters
I would hope.
because it is a premiere event.
Nash player. Use Kami and SF4 Yoshibiki.
Okay. There you
Yeah, I'm really, really, really curious about this tournament and how it goes. I have no idea who will win.
I just want chaos.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll get.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so.
So now there's a new calendar out there. So now I use FGC Cal. So tinyurl.com/FGCCal.
Indeed.
There's also tinyurl.com/STSCHED, which is STSCHED, which stands for stream schedule.
How do you spell sked?
SCHED. And so this has it all listed. So Japan Cup is going to start on Friday at 11 p.m. on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters.
Sick.
The Commonwealth will also be this weekend on
Sick.
twitch.tv/The Game Store. So
Vanguard is also Saturday.
Yay!
You guys will be there too, right?
I think so.
I believe so, yeah.
All right.
Pretty sure I should.
Rip and I are going to be there. We're heading from our esports hike over there.
Oh,
I
that's
think.
right, yeah,
I think
that's
Steve will
right,
be with
yeah.
us too.
What?
We're going on an esports hike.
Is that a metaphor, or are you really gonna go on a hike?
We're not really going to go on a hike, but it's an esports hike. I'll
I
explain.
don't understand, but okay.
I'll explain later.
But lots of cool stuff coming up. Yeah, again, this weekend.
Steve should be there too. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it should be.
Thunderstruck. But yeah, there you go. So I mean, obviously, Japan Cup is the big one this weekend.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not sleeping this weekend. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to skew my schedule a little bit. So.
They announced that there's going to be a team tournament at Vanguard too, right? I don't know why they decided to extend our day, so I can't watch more of this TGS.
Well, did you guys actually watch any of Daigo's thing last night, the Super Turbo stuff?
Negative, sir.
I actually got to watch some of that too. So Daigo basically made a little not a round robin, but it was like one of those King of the Hill things, like if you get a 7-game win streak. But he basically got himself, and I think it was 7 other ST players. And these are the ST players that he says made him who he is.
Okay.
So these are like the old school guys, right? So Onuki was there, Kurahashi was there, and like it was like I was watching it. Yaya, the new Sagat player who like does way better with new Sagat than he should possibly be doing. They're all there, and dude, Kurahashi, like he got on the machine and no one got him off. He got the 7 win streak and he was like, I'm done. Like, and he just like, dude, he made
was he Ryu or Kyle?
Ryu. He made the most ridiculous comebacks. Like he was just destroying people. It was like,
really good.
I like ST. It's funny because we've been playing ST for 20 years. And it's still one of the main games that when I watch it, I still go, whoa, what the, when something
totally
crazy happens.
Totally agree, yeah.
Like, it's still a game where it's like, something's happening and all of a sudden Ken just uppercuts and like, boom, the guy like loses all this energy. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, Kurahashi did that.
all the energy.
Yeah, Kurahashi was just like, towards Fierce into Super, and like people would just get hit by it and all of a sudden they just lose all this life. And I was just like, what the hell?
All this energy.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Seriously, Kurahashi was ridiculous.
You gotta watch out for a spin kick.
Yeah,
spin kicks.
Because it's the one. It's so fast that it's the
kick
one.
code?
It's the one game where it's still a legit strategy to just do something because the opponent's just not going to expect it.
Yep.
Even if it's as blatant as a jump.
Yep.
Like, I'm just going to jump. He's not ready for it. I'm just going to do it. And it works.
It's because there are no real mysteries in that game. So, like, all the options. Even if you see weird things, you, like, know the options. Mm-hmm. Which means that you have to, like, get out of the box. You gotta do wild stuff in order to win.
Everything's just fast. Like, Honda Headbutt has never been that fast. Yeah. Blanca Ball has never been that fast ever again.
No,
it's
one. The general speed of that game is insane.
Dude, it's ridiculous. And so it's like the one game where things just happen. You're like, let's try this. It worked. But that's what I love about the game. That's what I love about the game. So.
It's wild and crazy.
Yeah. Oh man.
Street Fighter, the solid fundamental game that it's always been.
Don't give in to the hype, man.
That's the best.
Don't give in to the hype.
Yeah, that is the best myth that everybody who doesn't play Street Fighter creates.
Yep.
Every non-Street Fighter player is like, man, I'm gonna go play Street Fighter where the game is solid and everybody wins with the footsies and the fireballs, and you're just like, what Street Fighter are you watching?
Yeah. That's what everybody said when they were going from 4 to 5.
Of course.
Like, you're going to take away focus attack, which is garbage. You're going to take away uppercut FADC, which is garbage. And now everyone's like, uppercuts are too good. Uppercuts are too good in 5. This game is random,
Yeah.
It's Vortex.
I saw some Street Fighter 4 fans complaining about the fact that there was one chance into 40% damage every round.
Okay, all right. That's not
like
exactly
the V-trigger
new.
cancel, yeah.
V-trigger canceling something
Yeah.
rather than FADCing, which was
Yeah.
available 2
FADC
times
and
around.
FADC and Ultra.
Yeah.
Instead, you just do a V-trigger combo. It's the same thing.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
People would like to create some kind of excuse besides the fact that like I got beat by someone who's.
Dude, that's what.
Yeah.
That's why
Or-
Street Fighter
or,
Or
Five
like
was.
not accepting that there is nonsense in games, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
every
every-
game has BS.
You just gotta find a game that has BS you like.
Yeah. I mean, if you're someone like PR Rog and you're just like, you know what, this game isn't working for me. But the way he states it, it makes, like, he's saying that it's his mentality doesn't work for the game. But everybody else usually comes if they can't win in the game, they're like, this game sucks.
Yeah.
It's
It's the
scrubby.
game's fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? These standing jabs are too good, right?
Or like it's crazy, man. Did you see how Laura had 3 resets and then I lost the round?
Dude,
Because the guy, people won't quick rise on
All
that
right,
stupid
man.
reset.
I know. I don't
Yeah.
understand that at
Just
all.
quick rise. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't understand.
but it's just funny to me because it's just like you're complaining about standing light punch anti-airs when in the last game you lost 60% of your life from uppercut ultra, FADC ultra.
Yeah.
Like that was way worse than standing jab, you know?
Whatever, man.
Ah,
What are you gonna do?
People being nerds.
Noids.
Noise.
Uh,
Avoid the noise.
So I've been. Are we done? Are we have anything else to talk
No,
about?
we're
No, I
done.
think we're done.
So,
Hit it.
I've been picking up Ken in SF5.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just to see, because I feel like that character is really strong and not that hard to play. And so I picked it up to see if I'm wrong. Because I was wrong in SF4 about Yun, who I
'Cause
thought
you
was
thought he
easy
was-
to play.
Yeah.
He was definitely not easy to play.
He for sure is hard to play. Yeah.
For sure is hard to play. Whereas Ken is not hard to play. That is
Oh,
my
he's not, huh?
so far my conclusion is that he's not hard to play. But I'll tell you, I think it's because in part I've spent that time with Yun. So one thing I didn't expect was that I feel like he's Yun. I thought he
I
would
saw
be.
you tweeting that,
I thought he'd be Ryu or like he would be Ken of previous game, but like slightly modified, or even Dudley.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 4 Dudley.
I think Balrog is this game's Dudley.
But he, oh yeah, Balrog.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
for sure. But
I'm so glad the character's in there for Smug. Like, I'm
Yeah,
happy for
yeah.
Smug.
But no, he's Yun. Like run is the same as the way that you use dive kicks.
Yeah.
The timings, the spacings of it are very, very similar. The
See that?
the hit confirms are really similar. Crouching strong, into strong. Okay, it's like the same. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
He has the
You
dragon
said,
punch.
you said
Like
the EX dive, the EX Hurricane is like the EX lunge.
yeah, it's like EX lunge because it's super. It's like obviously too good,
Yeah.
and everybody knows that, so they're looking out for it. So you can't do it.
I feel like
every
Ken is
moment.
having a hard time getting in. He made EX Hurricane.
That's dude. That video could be exactly the same.
Someone needs to do that.
But with SF5 Ken.
Yeah.
And you know he doesn't have the best buttons in the mid range, but like neither did Yun, and yet if you
Yun
play-
has great counter pokes though,
yeah,
just like
that's
Ken,
what it
right?
is. That's what
Just
it's
counter poke was
Your
strong.
counter poking was strong, and with roundhouse, and it's like exactly the same.
Dude,
with Ken.
counter poking with Yun with strong shoulder red focus is like Ken counter poking with low strong V trigger
I'm
in
telling you,
the combo.
I feel like it's the same character. So if you're playing SF5 Ken because you're a Shoto player, like folks like Sanford, Chris, right? Obviously they're having success, like they're really strong players. But I understand why that's awkward for them because you're not playing a Shoto, right?
Whereas
Julio took to that character immediately, and he was awesome immediately because he's playing the same character, except he has a way better Dragon Punch and he has a Fireball.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, the
Learning
character is
fireball
pretty
game
good.
learning fireball game is hard though.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I mean,
Especially with it's not a great fireball.
no.
it's just sort of-
So I mean, it's not even that important, right? Like
Yeah.
you use it, but it's not that important.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like the character is really strong and not that hard to play. But I think that's because of my own experience of
Yeah.
having played Yun
Yun.
already.
Shout outs to Julio, by the way. The week Street Fighter V came out, he was a beta boy, by the way. He was definitely cracking out before the game came out.
Of course.
The week the game came out, right, he went to Wizard World and played against Justin. And he was hit confirming the Ken target combos.
Yeah.
Like back strong fierce or medium kick roundhouse. And I saw that the first weekend that the game came out, and I was like, this is so sick. I was like, you're going to have to do this to play Ken in the future, right? And like all the other Kens had to catch up to Julio hit confirming target combo and like knowing when to do run.
Like he
and,
had
all this
already
stuff.
been doing
Like
those
he
things.
picked it up so fast.
Because
Like
it's the same thing.
I saw him doing those hit confirms the week the game came out, and I was like, man, this guy is crazy. He'll do back strong and hit confirm into fierce, and that was like such a crazy thing for me to see at the start of the game. But it helped me understand the character really fast because Julio was playing it, and like he figured it out really quick. From Beta Boys, but also because it's pretty similar to what he's playing.
For sure, dude. He played Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 4 Young.
Well,
That's true, yeah.
Let me ask you this question then. So, having played him a little bit now and understanding his struggles a little bit more, where do you
think he is on the tier list?
Where do you think he is on the tier list?
So good.
He's so strong.
Yeah.
Like, I was telling Christy this in Puerto Rico, because we were talking about it, and he wasn't happy about.
He thinks Ken is like 7th or 8th
7th or 8th.
best.
That's what he was saying. That's funny because it was me and Alex Vai. I think you were there,
and Ricky
Ortiz, and we were all like, Chris, come on, man.
Yeah, dude.
And so anyway,
I had this conversation with him at Wednesday Night Fights.
I feel like he has this conversation regularly.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
I
was like, I've been trying the character out, and he was like, yeah. Well, first of all, he went on a rant for like 5 minutes, but then eventually he was
He's like, it's hard, right? It's like the
struggle.
Yeah,
but then he was like, well, so how do you find him so far? And I was like, dude, he's so strong. I feel like at any moment I could be in somebody's face and I'm a threat for 300 plus damage. At any moment I could run, just run in. Oh, is that safe? No. But again, it's like a dive kick, where if you're stupid about dive kicks, you're gonna get anti-air damage. They're not that hard to knock down.
Right.
It's the same thing with run. If you can space and time a dive kick, you can do it with run. And so you use that to get in. There you go. Or EX dive kick on the way in. Your very fast dash on the way in. Make somebody jump because you have a fireball and a ridiculous dragon punch that does 8,000 damage.
Right.
And if you ever hit anybody, you carry them 2 entire stages.
Yeah, instantly.
Yeah, yeah,
instantly.
Yeah, the
combo, the Tatsu juggle, EX Tatsu for instant corner carry. Oh, it's so
like
hilarious.
the counter pokes are like so obvious. And so Chris was like, man, I have to space my stand roundhouse perfectly or else I'm going to get punished by foreign frame buttons. True. But man, imagine if a mid-hitting, pretty quick, good hitbox button that
could crush
counters
easily confirmed in the run.
confirmed and does 1,000 damage and corner carries completely on hit.
Was safe.
What if that was safe?
And not only that, but
wow.
if your opponent...
Thankfully it's not, but it's only -4, so space it well.
If your opponent is sitting there waiting for it, you just run or dash in their face.
There you go. If the opponent... Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make this like the bash Chris T hour.
Chris is a very nice and smart guy. He's a great player, but he's a little bit too caught up in this.
I said this to him. I was like, you have the potential to be the next great player in SoCal, because that's a pretty prestigious line of players, of people from SoCal, right? Because he's like one of the best players right now in Street Fighter V. And I was like, and I told him, you're not gonna get there if you keep downplaying your character. I'm like, you're going to win if you know why your character is strong. But if you always think that your other characters are beating you because they have something cheap or that's something silly, and you don't realize how strong your character is, you're holding yourself back.
Yeah.
As soon as you realize, as soon as you realize why your character is so good, now you're going to be able to beat people better. And Ricky was like, exactly. And Vi was just like, that is gospel. He's like, James is spewing gospel right now.
That is exactly what happened.
It's like when Justin told me, he's like, yeah, Karen's top 3 or whatever, forever going like 4. And I was like, what? And then he's just like dunking people. I'm like, all right, I'll give it to you. Maybe it's not even true, but like the fact that the belief in your character, the belief in your character is very important.
So I think
especially if you just don't think everything else that everybody else is cheaper than what your character does.
Yeah. Like, you can't complain about getting hit 2 or 3 times and losing the round as a Ken player, because that's every round.
Yeah, you can do that to anybody too.
But I don't want people to play low tier in tournaments. I don't want people to hamstring themselves. But that said, I do think it's really valuable to play low tier and understand how the other half lives.
Definitely.
Because if you do, then you can better see what the faults are and what the benefits of your character are. Me too, believe me.
When I played Cammy in Street Fighter 4, everyone talked about how good her dive kick was, and I was like, she's not that great and all the stuff like that. And then I switched to other characters, and I found out the thing that made Cammy so good was her jump roundhouse. That jump roundhouse hit everything, and it reached, like, I played every other character, and I kept missing with jump roundhouse. All my longest jump attacks would keep missing. And I was like, why am I missing this? And I was like, Cammy's jump roundhouse is ridiculous. And then that made me realize why her dive kick is so good. Because if you have a ranged move that jump kicks that far, farther than everyone else, and all of a sudden you can cut your jump short with dive kicks, that just changes like the whole thing. It's like impossible to stop.
Also, Cammy was really good in Street Fighter.
Yeah, exactly. And so that helped me realize that when I played a bunch of other characters. And
she can do the same kind of thing in this game.
Yeah,
Her dive kick, and that's why she fights Ryu pretty well.
You still think she does?
I definitely think she fights Ryu pretty well. Now,
I still have trouble in that match. So
I've seen the light. Oh, my Ryu is Duncan. That character is so fun in this game. They did a good job. That character Ryu
He was a blast, dude.
Yeah.
He's so fun. I never thought I'd be a Ryu player ever.
Well, I haven't since Denjin, but I really like this character.
Yeah, he's super fun. They did a good job on it. But yeah, like, you know, when you play weaker characters, you sort of like, when you play in a character who does have all the options and the tools and like it just works, you're just like, dang.
Like, so I've been playing
it's hard.
I've been playing mostly Geef.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Fang. I played a lot of Bison.
Yeah, all the characters.
Oh my god.
I did play a lot of Ryu.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Ryu, who's very strong.
Yeah.
But like I've been mostly playing those other characters and Dalsum, who's not bad, but it's like you got to really work, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely
He got weaker as the
yeah,
game
and he has
went
gotten
on.
weaker.
Yeah,
And then I picked up Ken, and it was like, wow, man,
Yeah.
like I am a threat constantly. you never have to You never have to. You always have to respect Ken.
Yeah.
You always have to be worried. Is he gonna jump? If so, oh no, I lost the round. Is he gonna wake up Dragon Punch FADC because he can do that in this game?
I'm just gonna. I mean,
okay, like I lost.
see,
Like,
I did the reverse where I was playing Ryu, and then like the DLC characters come out, and I'm like, I'm really excited for Ibuki and Juri, and I'm like, man, playing those characters after playing Ryu is hard.
Okay.
It's very much like I'm like, man, there's so many like things here that as Ryu you enjoy and stuff, and like all the characters I was excited for that are not Ryu are much weaker. And then like I obviously play like every character in the game pretty much. Like I never like to play just one character. I just play everybody.
What is this? Tagmatic made.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
I haven't seen this before. Yeah, this is a true. This is
Oh,
a true
yeah,
thing.
yeah, that's right, that's
where he
right.
made, I guess, a little pick out of the fact that I played Q for 7 years and I got top 8 3 times in various tournaments, and then I played Chun for a month and I got top 8 twice at Family Fun Arcade, which was the best place to do it in the country.
Yep, I played Nightwing for 2 years, Nada, Martian Manhunter for a week, boom, top 8 at SCR.
7 years.
Play top 2, dude.
Top 8.
I'm telling you. Look at that face. Oh,
1 month Chun-Li, 2 times.
That Capcom Cup,
It's true.
Ultra David skin.
It's true. I remember playing. I beat. Oh, I forget who the Chun player was now at Family Fun.
Are you talking Amir?
No, it wasn't Amir. Was it like Rao? It wasn't. No, that's the Japanese player.
No, you're talking about Kai?
Might have been Kai.
Kai, right?
I don't know. There was like
Happy Tang.
I don't remember if it was him or not, to be honest.
Okay.
But it was like one of the top 3 best ones there in the mirror match, and I was like, dude, I've never beaten you like in my life. Like you and I have played 1,000 times, and I've probably beaten you 10. And now I'm in the mirror match, and I won. What are you like? I was happy, but I was also like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what's your life come to?
Yeah, like what's wrong over there?
Yeah.
How are you not winning everything?
Yeah, this character's silly, right?
Oh man.
You know.
Anyway,
that's why like top tier characters are so fun. I love
fun.
playing top tier characters.
It's great. Like if your favorite character matches up as top tier, fantastic.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I just find whoever I think is cool and is my style and is top tier. That's what I look for. I would never play a character I don't like. Like I can never play a character where I look at it and I'm like, this character's not my style. Like I just don't dig it. It's like it's not my jam. I gotta find something that's sick.
For sure.
So that's like the best feeling. Man, when a character you really like is top tier, that is the best.
I'm just trying to think like right now. When was the
like Cammy players? Oh man,
when was
how do
the
they
last
live?
time? When was the last time? I mean, I guess probably Super Street Fighter 4 was probably the last time I played like a really top tier character with Cammy, right? Because I obviously AE and AE 2012, but I didn't play those that seriously. Like that's kind of when I started trailing off. Super was the last time I was really any competitive in Street Fighter 4.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I haven't competed since like 2012, but I've certainly played a lot of games still. And sometimes the characters I like are great. Bane was crazy in Injustice, and it was a blast to just be a total jerk on people's way.
He was sick.
I could do silly stuff, and it was awesome.
Right now, I'm just trying. I mean, like honestly, like Guilty Gear is probably the next game for me to do that because I'm playing Johnny.
But he got nerfed a bit. A bit.
Yeah,
right.
He's still ridiculous. I mean, Karinshu still won Evo, right? I mean.
Well, that was before he got nerfed, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was before the
I played Kano and Kotal, and I thought that they were really, really strong even before they got buffed.
Dude.
And I kept on playing them, and it's like super obvious that they're amazing.
That game came out, and I was interested in playing Cassie and Kung Jin. Because I was like, these are the new characters. I don't want to play these old characters. And then like I was like, oh yeah, they're both ridiculous. It was like so sick.
It's weird though.
But the version I liked Spec Ops, Cassie, which was not the good one. Or not, is it Spec Ops? The one where she calls the missiles. It was not as good as the other two.
Yeah, it's pretty good though.
I mean, I still have that weird problem though. Like if I do play top tier characters, like I remember when CVS1 came out, I played Nako at first, right?
Yeah.
And she was ridiculous in that game.
Yes.
I just stopped using her because I thought it was just so boring.
Yeah,
I had that problem. You know, I still have that problem.
Like it's a if you're used to being a low tier warrior to go to a top tier character, I get it. I get what you mean by saying it's boring because you don't have to kind of invest in the same way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's really fun to just be able to like to like have power in
Yeah.
games.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a fun thing.
I guess it's not even just necessarily topper. Now that I think about it, it's not topper. I think I have that Cien problem. That he likes using characters that are unexpected, that people
Same
don't
here,
know.
man.
You know,
Yeah,
I think
okay.
that's just really what it comes down to. So,
I guess the last character. No, all those characters are more recent. But like I also played Hakan in
Right.
Street Fighter 4, and I always thought that character was high tier.
Yeah.
And he kept on getting better and better. And so it was awesome to like play that character and do stuff.
And people
He was
had
so
no
mobile.
idea.
Even at the very late stage of the game, people got caught off guard.
Yeah.
It was
The important thing is if you play top tier, you have to be honest that your character is top tier.
for sure.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
wanna do
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. And honestly, like, so
I'm
back
very
in
honest tier
Yeah.
enthusiast.
Street Fighter
I
4,
feel like I'm honest about
like
it.
in Street Fighter 4, like that's the game that really made me understand, like, to look at my character a little more carefully, because I did think Cammy sucked for the longest
Yeah.
time. I thought she was decent in Super, but when AE came out, I thought she was garbage in that game. And to be fair, if it wasn't for the Vortex and Unblockables, she wasn't that great.
She was a good character.
Yeah, she was good.
But she wasn't top 5 like everyone was saying she was.
Yeah,
without
without
those two
Unblockables
things.
maybe.
But
yeah.
with the Vortex and all that stuff, when I realized that that's the character that she was, it was like, okay, yeah, I can see she's really, really good in this game.
Gotta believe in your character, James. She's
Yeah.
good in this one too.
Oh yeah, I
Look,
mean, I think she's. Every time I think about Cammy in 5, she gets better and better and better and better
sick.
in my head. Like
So
I think she's
strong.
top 5 now. I have people telling me I don't think Cammy's top 5.
Right.
I'm like, you're
I've seen
wrong.
that.
Like you're wrong,
She's
dude.
fun.
She's top
Yeah.
5, dude. She's top 5.
I actually don't think she is, but
Oh really?
I mean, it doesn't really matter if you're in. If
Oh,
you're,
you're
if
in
you're
the elite
in between
8.
2nd and 8,
Yeah.
everybody's trying to stop. If you're in between 2nd and 8,
you're about the same.
pretty much.
It
same.
really doesn't matter if
Yeah.
you're 5th or 6th or 7th at
Yeah.
this point in time. So
Mika's sick.
yeah.
That character's so fun, by the way.
But yeah, you just have to be honest about it, and like you can be honest about it.
Yes.
I thought that Sim was terrible in SF4, and I thought that Zangief was not top tier in vanilla when a lot of people thought that he was. Ended up not being.
Right.
And then I thought he got better, right? And
Yeah.
I thought Hakan was great, and I thought that Dan was like serviceable.
Not
Yeah.
as bad as
Like,
people
not
thought
terrible.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
And,
as
like
bad.
I don't know, you can be honest about that kind of thing. It's not. I feel like it's not that tough.
Right.
I
Right.
don't know. In this game, I feel like Zangief is probably the worst character, but still competitive in most matchups.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the nice part about the balance.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I can't even like.
Modern games are usually pretty good about that.
Oh yeah.
Like KI
Much
is
better
pretty
than
good about that.
It's making me. It bothers me because right now in Street Fighter V, I feel like the worst character is Bison because I just don't see anyone do
Bison?
well with that character, and it's driving me nuts.
I mean,
He's
Yeah,
worth
it's hard
he's
to
worth
say.
picking up. Like if you want to see.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to play him.
yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah,
definitely
you
wanted to
definitely
play him.
should.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that he's probably the second worst. Personally, I would say Geef is worse and then Bison, but.
But again, it's just so hard for me to name anyone who's like really truly bad in that game.
Yeah, both those characters still compete in those matchups.
Yep.
If I say Zangief, I feel like there's characters worse than him. If I say Bison, I feel like there's characters worse than him. If I say Fong, I think there's characters worse than him. It's like everybody I don't feel like is the last character.
I feel like Fong is not the worst. I wouldn't put him in bottom tier anymore. I think he's just mid tier. I think Sim is worse. I think my bottom 3 right now is Geef, Bison, Sim.
Oh, really?
Sim? You
Yeah.
actually think Sim is bottom 3 at this point in
Yeah.
time?
I do. I think he loses to almost all of the new characters. Not Guile really, but the others all beat him, and maybe even Guile once
And
Guile
Guile
players
fights
get
him fine.
better. Yeah, it's not bad, but like we'll see. It might be that Guile ends up winning, and he just gets dunked terribly by many of the most common characters in the game. So that kind of sucks.
There's something important to say about losing to the popular characters.
Yeah, like he loses,
Oh, yeah,
loses
yeah,
terribly to Ken and Cammy and Mika, and
Interesting.
everybody plays those characters.
Right.
Ryu's all over the place. Ryu beats him. Like it's just I don't know, it's tough.
Man.
It's tough times.
Yeah, when Sim's losing to Ryu, it's dark days.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he's bottom 3 though.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Like
think
I
that
said,
either.
I think he's.
I think
competitive
picking the
in most
bottom
matchups.
characters
He still
is
beats
much
some
harder.
characters.
Yeah.
I don't think he's terrible.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay.
Yeah, I have nothing left. I have nothing else.
That's it.
All right.
We're out of here.
Cool.
Have a good one, folks.
Scram. Go to bed. It's late.
Yep. Exactly. So, but at least we don't have to eat dinner afterwards.
Yeah, we have breakfast. I have breakfast. I don't know if you guys finished your pizza, but I got breakfast for tomorrow.
Well, that's the reason why I got thin crust, because when you get the full crust, you get full way faster. So.
Yeah, I have some pizza.
I got pizza. Gonna have breakfast. All right, have a good one, everybody.
All right, peace out.